All right, there we go. Good morning and welcome. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I am your host here at Lantern Noir Presents, where we are joined by these amazing players for Session 3 of The Bitter Victory, a 5th edition live actual play game, theoretically of pirates and high sea hijinks.
There's hijinks.
There are definitely hijinks. Oh my god, are there hijinks? So many hijinks. But let's get around the
There will
table,
be.
introduce ourselves, and then we can get into some serious gaming. We're going to go around the table the opposite way we usually do.
Shit.
By the way, children, if you're listening to this podcast,
Sorry.
turn
You
it off
shouldn't
immediately,
be.
and your
Please
parents
do.
are terrible. There we go. Got that covered. That's your content warning for the morning.
Could have been worse.
So who are you? Who are you playing? Where might we find you, if anywhere? And we need an icebreaker question for the morning. There isn't one today. I'm not awake enough.
Surprise.
So just an interesting quirk about your character. There we go. And Jenna, yeah, it's already like, yep, you're up first.
Yeah. Hi, Jenna Daggers, or Mandalorian. You can find me as either. I have a Twitch channel that I've never streamed from, so maybe don't find me there. I'm playing Sadie, the human bardlock. And interesting quirk about her. She really likes making people warm and causing fuckery with her duck, Confi.
That's fair.
That's fair. And then Snafu.
Hey there, folks. My name is Snafu Al, or just Snafu, or just Al. I can be found at twitch.tv/Snafu Al, where I anchor with Vermintide 2 and with Escape Room Games on Thursdays and Fridays. I am playing as Innis, the half-elf artificer and quiet nerd of the group. He's all quirk and no substance, really. I think at the end of the last session, he tainted a fellow prisoner with the smell of Sir Stroming, and I think that is probably one of the most actively bullying things he's ever done.
It's amazing what the mob mentality will do to a man. Daddy Wisdom, it's up to you, sir.
Hello. Yes, my name's Daryl. Daddy Wisdom across Twitch and Twitter and all that kind of thing. I am playing the Reverend Boddington. God bless you. Who is totally a legitimate religious person, and he's I guess he's now nursing a bit of a hangover. I think we got to the point where he's sobered up a little, but he's got a throbbing headache, so he's not in the best of moods. However, I'd suggest his quirk is that he has an almost unhealthy interest in other people's rings. If you're wearing a ring, depending on the quality of it, there's usually some thought processes going on about how that ring becomes his, or at least will comment on its quality, and then what have you. If it happens then to fall off, or the hand happens to fall off, and the rings are still on it, then there's that. So that, you could consider that a quirk, I suppose. And that's the Reverend.
And that takes us up to Les.
Hello. I'm Les. You can find me nowhere because I don't do any kind of live streaming activities on my own because I can't be fucked. I play Ellis Ballard, who is a warlock variant on an Eldritch Knight. I am the bodyguard to the Imperial Princess. It is strictly a professional relationship. We are definitely not in love and secretly married. And I would say that her quirk is probably something like really normal because she's really just fucking weird. But I would say that it's like she's just like really good at chess, just like annoyingly good. It's dead silent, kill you on the chessboard.
Do you hustle people?
Who's to say?
Oh, what does the little castle do? Oh,
The one
Oh,
that the person
oh.
who misplays the first three moves on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, your king thing doesn't seem to be able to move anymore. Does that mean I've won?
And last
Oh
but
my.
absolutely not least, a third of the brainchild that put this game together, Pond.
What's up? I'm Pond. I play the Imperial Princess, Lady Marie Vicari, and she is a human paladin who does not believe in gods, but gets her powers from just righteous belief of trying to make the world a better place because it's kind of shitty. And her fun fact, oh, you can find me streaming on Twitch. I do that too. And her random fact is two. I have two. One is that she is permanently upset that she cannot beat Ellis at chess because she is well known as the smarter person and she should be better at chess. And second is one time she slapped her mother in the face. The Emperor. It did not go over well.
That would make Sadie respect you so much.
Nobody knows about it though, unfortunately. Well, there's probably one other person who knows about it.
Alice knows about it.
Yes.
Due to their professional relationship.
Strictly professional.
The Emperor definitely slapped Ellis in the face a time or two, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's a big slap party.
Right. Slap circle.
Those imperial slap parties, we've all heard about those.
You've never been? Oh my god.
Is that
One
what the
day we'll
kids
get
call them these
invited.
days? Trying to figure out what that was on Snapchat. Okay, so when we last left our intrepid heroes, as it were,
I got some of this. Last time on the Better Victory!
God. I was all right.
things I need to set up at some point, especially for my Ravenloft 1921 game, because that's absolutely what I need to have for that game in particular.
Nice.
But let's see the story thus far. The party has set sail on a diplomatic mission to deliver Lady Marie in to meet with the sovereign of the Stout Isles and start some kind of a trade negotiation, communications, talking to each other. You know, the usual deal when you want to actually get along with other countries. The ship was attacked in two parts by a pair of pirate vessels, one of which was a small schooner, the other being the man of war, known thus far as the Fiddler's Dew. Wackiness ensued. The party repelled the boarders only to discover that most of the actual crew had surrendered. They attempted to make their own escape, and rather than risking being sunk by cannon fire, opted to surrender themselves. Or, more to the point, Lady Marie opted to surrender herself, and everyone kind of had to follow suit because at that point, what do you do? Plot twist. Lieutenant Ellis is pretending to be Lady Marie and is attempting to pass herself off as the noble aboard the ship that is the point of interest / ransom. The party is now currently locked in the holding cells in the bowels of the Fiddler's Dew, where they are making all kinds of plots and plans. I would copy into chat, and I will probably have to put this on my Discord, but there is also an extensive plan in place.
With sources.
Because apparently duck poop is flammable and explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is a plan that they have started to concoct to collect poop from the pet duck in order to make Molotov cocktails.
Is that what that said?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the
Oh my god.
that's the short form of it.
There's also hats involved.
Lit.
It's a whole
It's about to be.
thing.
And then as a last point of order on the game systems, we do have Stream Loot cards for my D&D games. If you're new, you can get a free pack. I have a fresh coupon I made this morning. They are on a pretty significant cooldown, so it's not going to get too nuts, but I always like to give chat a chance to jump in and help the party as needed. You can also provide the party with rerolls by feeding the Book of Fate. 100 bits goes to a reroll that they can use at their leisure. But I like to have...
Just to interrupt, because I know you've just mentioned Streamloots. Do you want to let people know there are some significant discount codes going on at the moment, courtesy of Streamloots themselves, where you don't take a revenue hit. And if you use it, people would get themselves like a 30% discount on average at the moment. I will type it into your chat.
Actually, if it's got a link, put it in the Discord and I'll repost it.
Okay. Well, it's not a link, it's just the code at the moment.
Okay.
But if you use this at checkout, I'll just put it into a bit of victory.
Oh, thank you.
Use that.
Okay, Elden Spring.
It's valid for another 31 minutes and then they will refresh. Every 4 hours they're doing, this weekend they're doing massive discount codes.
Cool.
And you don't take the hit. So if people are looking to fill the boots, use that code.
He does. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's important we keep the lights on around here. And as a soon-to-be retired teacher, I am keenly aware of keeping the lights on. We only have 4 cats, so that's only like maybe a weekend worth of food if I don't make money.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I also have 4 cats, and that is very legitimate.
Well,
They like to eat.
Well, the kids do. I'm more, and some of our cats are scrawny, so I'm just saying.
Scrawny cats, you say?
Scrawny cats. Jeez, not a scrawny cat.
That is unit. our ship's cat. So Lord Archibald will be playing the ship's cat today. He's really in character as well. He's a proper method actor, as you can see. You know.
I don't know how often has he talked. I don't think he's a method actor because at no point has he looked me in the eye and said, "I'm sorry, I just don't understand my motivation."
I think his motivation is sleep and food. To be honest, actually,
it's a really good motivation, honestly.
Yeah,
I think we can all relate to that.
That works. Speaking of motivation, you have tormented the daylights out of one of the former crew members who is still locked up with the rest of the crew in the neighboring cell.
God damn it, Brian.
Brian has been sufficiently tortured.
Well, we'll be able to judge that. Excuse me, sufficiently?
Yeah, I'm like, it feels a little insufficient. Like,
I mean, Sadie, Ellis, I don't know. I think a group meeting at this point, maybe.
I think we should do part, or at least one of the parts of the plan.
Which part are we activating now?
We're making him warm with prestidigitation, so he gets extra stinky and very uncomfortably warm. Not to the point of damage, but maybe emotional damage.
Puts him at a disadvantage, you know.
Yes.
Okay. He is thusly warmed. You have some time to continue kind of like mulling over what you've done, / where you've landed. The ship continues to make its way. There's not a lot of sound this deep in it. And boredom is starting to creep into everyone's collective consciousness. For their part, the survivors of the Bitter Victory crew are more or less keeping as far away from the bars separating your 2 cells as possible, almost to the point where you start to notice that they are collectively, they seem more comfortable being close to the stench of Brian than they are being close to all of you.
It's really rude.
I mean, you say boredom setting, and this is just Innis's standard. All alone in the depths of a ship tinkering. Yeah, this is Tuesday.
Is it? Fair enough.
What was step 1 of our plan?
Step 1 of the plan was
The hat, the tiny hat, right?
Right.
It's a magic item, so it'll resize to fit. So it's just a case of giving it the hat.
Little hat. I don't have a little hat.
I'm trying to figure out why you want to submerge the duck, though.
Unclear.
Is the duck
Okay, I can
in
explain this. So
Is the
they
duck
want to put
in
the
the-
duck in a
hold on,
bag
hold
of
on, hold
holding,
on.
which is a vacuum.
Okay.
Is the duck in the cell with, like, did they put the duck in the cell with us?
Yes,
Okay. Well,
I'm
why?
just like patting Comfy on the head.
because it's a duck.
Yeah.
A duck is a menace. He would be too powerful if left unlocked.
Originally, the plan was to get the duck into the bag of holding, but we pointed out that the bag of holding is vacuum. So how do you work around that? You have a water-breathing hat and a goldfish tank
Mhm.
and some weights.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then because
And
we're
then we'll have an
forced-
extra dimensional duck.
Yeah. And
What
because
this
that's quite
gets,
disturbing
I
for a
don't
dog,
Well,
quite disturbing. There would be a mage hand.
Yes,
to comfort
patting
said
him.
dog.
mhm. But he may be so scared that he shits himself, and therefore we get more material for the
Molotov cocktails.
experimental Molotov cocktails.
By putting a little diaper on the dog.
Right. So, as the time goes by and you continue to experiment with vessels and water, which is not in great supply, each cell has a water flask left in it with fresh water, and about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, someone comes down to exchange them out. There's no mention of when food will be made available, but it's still there for those considerations. It's probably been about 4 hours when a dwarf, I believe, let me check on this. Yep, comes down. He's dressed fairly well for a crewman. And he's got this one scar that runs straight down past his eye. He kind of scratches his beard a bit. I need the lady. Step up to the door. Rest of you back up.
I hold up Comfy.
Don't-
Wait, no, they're easy back.
Don't think the captain's looking for that one.
You never know.
I don't go anywhere, or she doesn't go anywhere without me.
Right.
Ellis is our lady at the moment, so
Yes, and I am her bodyguard, and
I'll see.
I'm
Right.
accompanying her.
Yeah, well,
Right. And he points at between Ellis and Sadie, and the lady would be.
Oh, I'm a lady. I'm not the lady.
Funny one,
You know, it's debatable if I'm even really that ladylike.
Right, so you pretty one, step over here. Up to the door with you.
Is that me?
Well, Sadie's ruled herself out, so yes, he will point at you.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna step up to the door.
Unlock it and pull it open. Allow you and he'll kind of like this wide bow as if you step out.
I'm not stepping out by myself.
Marie is right there.
Okay, yeah. We go?
You got more entourage, or is it just this one?
Just the one.
All right. Anyone doing anything of interest during this?
Trying to figure out what I can do, and if it's like, I guess I could just message Ellis and be like, "Do you need backup?"
I'll take loaded questions for 500, Alex.
Shit. I have backup.
Okay.
I'll keep you this is a mental thing, right? I don't
Yeah.
just say anything out loud. Okay.
Yeah, she just slides into your DMs.
Yeah, that's fucking, she would, honestly.
I would. I'd do it again.
I'll let you know what's going on as it unfolds.
Okay, so in order to respond, I'm gonna have to keep bothering you. As long as you're within 120 feet, that's pretty good. Okay. So I'm just gonna like whisper shit in your head so that you can
Okay.
respond if need be.
Perfect.
I could just trip him with my mage hand. Like we could be done with it. Okay.
No.
Are you sure? What? It could
Let's-
be fun.
Well, let's find out what.
All right.
So the Reverend's not quite sure how he knows this, because remember, he's not too clerical in real life, but he just has he's always seen it as part of his personality that he can charm people. Yeah, I'm very charismatic, yeah. And he's wondering, therefore, inadvertently, can he cast charm on this person to say, yeah, I'm also a lady and I wish to come along.
The prettiest lady.
Ah,
I'm the prettiest,
there's no
yeah.
reason you cannot attempt to charm him.
I
He
would like
said,
to.
double checking the plain text of the spell.
Well, again,
Charm.
I don't know. I'm actually casting a spell. Is for me, it just feels like, yeah, I just find these things very useful sometimes when I ask people to do stuff. They do it. I'm usually wielding something quite large and pointy as well at the same time. But
Yes, absolutely. You can totally cast that if that's what you want to do on this guy.
yes, so I just click cast.
Yeah, he gets a wisdom save. So
I've got
let's see how he does.
I've got 3rd level charm.
Clackety clackety, it lands on the table. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem. He kind of what? I think I know you. How do I know you?
Yeah, I'm I am also part of this entourage, and absolutely I need to be part of it. And so does my my mate Innes here. as well.
Huh?
No.
What's
No.
going on?
And
No.
and say,
No.
Me?
and say,
No.
Sadie, do you fancy coming along as well? What do you
No.
reckon? Should we go more bandits?
Poor
What do
Sadie.
you reckon?
No.
Sadie?
No.
Apparently
What's
you
the matter?
chose
Do you
the
guys
wrong-
really trust Sadie alone in this
Person.
cell? That's the real question.
Are we going somewhere? What's going on?
We're going to go see somebody. Alice, look, it's 5 of us then, mate. Your Majesty, sorry. Yeah?
No.
While this exchange is happening, Marie would like to very sneakily take the dagger that was given to Ellis and tuck it into her own belt and kind of hidden away. She doesn't care if Ellis knows about it.
Actually,
She
I mean,
just
what
trying to-
weaponry is our guest
I'd give it to
currently
you.
holding? Because if I've got them under charm, could I say that's a very nice sword you've got there? Can we look at it?
Let's see. Okay, hang on. Logistically speaking, let me make sure I'm aware of, because I sense what's about to happen here. So I just want to make sure I got my logistics square. So
For what it's worth, I have outwardly said no to this many people joining me.
And so you know my intentions. Me taking the dagger is not to stab anyone. It's because I don't want it
No.
found.
I
on
don't want to
Ellis.
hold it anyway.
Yeah, I don't want it found on Ellis for her to be perceived as a threat if they decide to search her or anything.
okay, so we have the lady's maid, Boddington standing in the doorway, flagging. So that's where we currently have everybody. Actually, the guard is. That's a terrible token for a guard. Hang on, let me get a better token for the
No, he
guard.
looks good.
There we go.
It was just a cog in the machine.
He's a little higher up on the old food chain than that. Thank you very much. As you have a chance to look at him, he does have a cutlass strapped to his side, and across his chest he has a leather bandolier that has 3 pistols tucked into it.
Oh yeah, is that the new Mark II Remington you've got there across your? Can we? I'm a bit of a
No, it's
aficionado.
just a thing one of the mates put together for me.
Right. Can you have a look at those guns, if you don't mind? I'm a bit of an aficionado, you know. So could he and so are my friends here as well. So I was just thinking maybe. Sadie, you like guns, don't you?
I love guns.
Yeah, you like guns.
Guns are great.
I don't think that that would
Can I
be
just make a
fully
wisdom
proper.
check to see if Innes realizes what's going on enough to go along with?
And it's totally figured.
Okay.
I'll allow it. I don't think that would be proper. I mean, I respect who you are, but I'm not sure I'm on board with that. I mean, you are You are prisoners of the Fiddler's Dew.
Yes, true.
It's more like a technicality, though.
AJ, can I cast command at this point and just say give?
Yes.
I really want those guns.
I. Hold on. Let me roll a little something here behind the DM screen. Clackety, clackety, clackety. God damn it.
Sorry, Alice, but I'm sorry, but you know, I'm not bringing knives to a gunfight. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, take a look at it. He pulls one off and passes
Takes
it
all
over.
three. Oh, right. So he's giving it all free, yeah. Because I say, oh yeah, don't forget one. I'm showing. You know, I've said I want to look at all of them. So can I then immediately hand one to Sadie, and I'll give the. Now, who wants it? Does Marie or Ellis want the other one?
No.
Why do you?
No.
I'm offering you a gun, Alice.
No.
No. Wait
What
a
the
moment.
hell?
Wait a moment.
No.
And he kind of starts to blink a few times. I said you could look at it. I'm gonna need it back.
Is it charged?
Uh-oh.
No, let's not kick off. Shall we? All right. I'm going to kind of just. I mean, Sadie, does your messaging thing work with anybody?
Yeah, I mean, like, I could.
Because I'm just going to cast you.
Okay.
On
So I'm just gonna
You know what's going down
message
here.
all of you and be like, "What the fuck are we doing? What's happening?"
I'm just kind of looking for sort of like tacit group approval. But if I get a kind of a stand down, I'll just kind of keep the gun and have him forget about it.
Been 5 minutes.
I mean, I don't have any issues with it, but it may create issues. Then again, we are very good at creating issues. Getting out of them, to be seen.
I mean, I can just secrete it away under my my religious robe, you know.
I think they may see that.
Yeah. Can we put it in the bag of holding?
Oh my god, confit with a duck, with a gun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. Could you go in the bag of holding? What do you reckon? Just feels like it might be useful.
Okay.
Won't he know that we like took his gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any way to kind of make him forget about that?
You could kill him. That would make him forget.
But is there any? Maybe it's a less messy way. You're
We
on
make
mute.
him warm.
After you're on mute, my friend. Can't hear you.
Oops.
What's
It does have a habit of making people forget things. Yeah.
He blinks a few times and cabin's waiting. The lady and her entourage is coming with me. Let's move. Rest of you back up on the cell.
Are we an entourage now? What's going on?
Well, we're definitely an entourage.
Are we all going? We've charmed this fella.
No.
Why?
Okay, so you don't want to see her when she gets mad. She's very scary when mad.
But you know, thought we were mates. At least
Are we
mates don't abandon mates. Yeah.
Are we staying here?
We are mates, but the Imperial Princess has requested for her
Oh
to...
yeah, sure, Your Majesty. Yeah. Very well, Your Majesty.
I give Ellis a very like exaggerated bow as she leaves.
Well, stay here then. All right.
Why are we bowing? What's going on?
All right, mate. We'll tell you later. Can I keep this?
No, I don't think that would be right.
Can't I charm him to say, you know, I'll go on, mate. Just you and me, innit? Yeah. Might be a pint in it for you later.
I think it'd be better I take that with me. Get back so I can lock this back up.
No.
And he closes the cell up and gives it a good twist. Fair enough in that moment. What we're going to do, the lady is led with her attendant over to the flight of stairs at the end of the hallway, the hold, and led up 2 flights of stairs across the hall and into a dining room.
Hell yeah.
Where there is a massive spread on the table. And by spread, I mean food.
Interesting. Is there anyone in the room?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, there she is.
At the head of the table
Jeez.
sits the captain. Let's see. Welcome, please. Join me at the table.
How many seats are at this table? Is it
6.
8? Oh, so she's just standing.
She's standing at the head of the table. She's actually
Okay, cool.
seated, at the head of the table. There are 6 additional seats.
Okay.
How do you want to handle this?
Can I just stand behind actually wherever Ellis sits, like kind of just like in the corner, like bodyguard style?
To patch yourself off as a bodyguard?
Yeah. I got brown hair now. Do whatever I want.
Hell yeah.
It smells like mushroom.
And smelling.
Smells lightly
Okay,
of-
I'll take a seat, a general seat in the middle. I can't sit at the other end of the table because there's no chair there.
No, because that's
GGs.
where she's sitting.
You know, that's fine. I'll sit I'll sit in the middle here. Little chair. GG's.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna message Ellis and be like, "Miss me yet?"
I'm gonna leave that one on red.
Little notification pops up. Swipe. Yeah, I'm not taking that one. So, tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know? I imagine someone in a position like yours would likely know the reason for this voyage in the first place. Would you not?
It wasn't my ship that you were on. I just...
These are your seas.
Fair. I do find it interesting that when invited, most of those of nobility that I know announce themselves when they enter a room so there can be no doubt. Don't hesitate to speak of themselves. You're a humble one, I see.
Not all from the Empire think as the Empire does. So
Fair. Well, but to be truthful, your flag is not one I'd recognized in these waters. You'll have to tell me a bit about it. But first, I want to hear more about you.
would you permit me to ask you a question?
Of course.
I imagine on these seas you need no introduction. Would I be correct in assuming that you are the Queen of the Damned?
I've been called thus. And I haven't argued with those that do.
How would you prefer that I address you?
Captain will do for now.
We can certainly take that on board, Captain.
She takes a large bite out of a piece of chicken leg in front of her. Now, you have me at a bit of a disadvantage. You've met my ship, my crew, me, yet your title eludes me. I'll ask a final time, who are you?
Oh, you've not heard of the imperial family? Interesting. I am the current heir to the throne, the Lady Marie Vicari. You may address me at this table simply as Marie. I will allow you to do so.
Interesting. She takes a drink of the wine. Again, you're not revealing a full title or lineage. You haven't mentioned who is the current emperor, which is quite common. Could you, as a DM now, could you, I don't know, roll me something here?
Her name's Anna.
Yeah, big faker.
Her name's Anna. I know this because she slapped me in the face once. Like, I've met her. She's not very nice.
Oh, Les, I need to see how well Ellis is pulling this off. Are we performing or are we deceiving?
What are my options?
Doesn't really matter. They're both plus
Yeah, they're
threes.
pretty much the same.
Pick
yeah.
one.
Fuck it. Not very well.
Stranger things have happened.
I mean, I do have a lot of information about the family
You
because
do.
I've been there a lot.
I'll let you roll it with advantage.
Does that just mean that I roll it again?
You roll it again, we take the better of the two.
Okay.
So you can't do worse.
Yeah, you can.
So you take the 7. Okay.
Seems like a sus thing I would not be good at, but, you know.
I'm going to need Pond to roll Marie's deception.
Okay. I got a +6, so let's fucking go.
What?
Yeah, I'm looking at my stats. I'm like, maybe I would have been well suited for this bakery, but
Should have given me the inspiration, and yet I left you on red.
yep.
Yep.
Oh, I'll message you and ask if the queen is hot.
Defeat.
That is something Sadie would like to know.
Fair.
Is she?
Okay. So based on this, the captain looks over Ellis, then looks up at and tries to read Marie. And turns back to Ellis.
Face.
You haven't introduced me to your companion, lady.
Why would I?
I'll-
She has a mouth.
And she looks up at Marie. And you are?
I am the lady's bodyguard. That is all that matters.
Interesting. And what mission, lady, did you have in my waters?
Truthfully, it is a diplomatic mission. I'm here to prove that I am capable of my future title, and so we're on our way to hopefully. Well, I guess it would be a little hard, given that we're going to see the king, but we would like trademarked in your waters. Perhaps we were intending to speak to the wrong person in that regard.
No, you absolutely must establish your trade routes with the good king.
Of course.
Absolutely. That simply must be done. After all, he is the royalty behind this. And one does not cross the Royal Navy. Now, that said, obviously, we will have to negotiate some form of protection for your ships.
It's quite clear that you are very capable of.
Providing protection.
Correct. Yes.
Glad we've had that communication.
Indeed.
Now, I would strongly recommend you complete the following tasks. Take that napkin, pick 5 or 6 things off my table to take to the real lady or lord, and discuss your plans for appeasing me and earning that protection. My mate will walk you back to your cell.
I don't think I will, actually.
Really?
Correct.
You'll go back empty-handed.
I have no one else to bring it to.
Just so Rob's clear, you're doubling down on the no.
Yep.
I'm the lady.
Yep.
Got it. Go ahead
And
and
you'll
roll
just
me
be
that.
like, hi, in message once again.
I'm gonna tell her like they. She's pretty sure I'm not the lady, but I'm really trying to sell this. So
80 cents. 80 cents is for fools, young lady.
She sounds like she doesn't know whether. So she thinks that Ellis is not convinced, yeah. So, but at the same time, she's not convinced if it's a lady or a lord.
yeah, she thinks it's not me, but she also thinks it's not the bodyguard, which I guess is a win-win.
So it could.
Can I
Worst
see
things could
by any
happen.
chance, like by doing maybe an insight check or something, if perhaps she is looking to dispose of this person who is faking?
Sure, roll me it.
All right, my insight is shit, but
Do I need to roll on my
13?
double down, or
We're getting there. Are you? I guess here's my
Okay.
question: are you attempting to intimidate her?
Ratim Kraticus declares that the next action cannot fail.
Oh, Ratty's got your back on that. Are you intimidating her or are you deceiving her again?
Me?
Yes.
I would like her to think that I'm the real one. So, I don't know
You're
what.
back to deception.
Sure.
Good news.
Please.
Thanks to Ratty, you have an automatic success.
GG's. LFG.
So
Oh, royal.
that is absolutely fair. So you've doubled down, and the captain watches as you kind of like glare back at her. Interesting. I'm still not convinced. You have an hour to come up with a presentation as to why I should waste my energies ransoming your backside. Or leave you on the nearest island I can find with naught but a pistol and 5 shots. You may go now.
You don't think that the dispatchment of your prior, I suppose, captain is proof enough of capability?
Oh,
I know she'll come back, but we did best her once.
I have no doubt of your capabilities in a scrap. Which, actually, to be quite fair, gives me more reason to maroon you somewhere with perhaps 4 shots. You have roughly 59 minutes to concoct a reason that I should bother with the ransom. I would advise you to meet with your entourage and discuss. And then at that,
Yeah, go on. No, you go. Yeah.
the door opens, and there's the dwarf again going, Captain, you knocked?
So, okay, I'm gonna get up. Briefly, I will lock eyes with my supposed bodyguard, and no, everybody chill. No, you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna bow out. Before I leave, because I'm an Eldritch Knight and I'm bonded to my hand axes, I'd like to make one appear in my hand. And I'm just gonna be like, can I keep this?
She'll take a moment to blink. Would me taking it make any difference?
I will say nothing
wouldn't.
and attach it to, there you go. Attach it to my person, and I'm going to bow out.
For the walk down, the mate will actually have his cutlass drawn.
Okay.
Because, you kind of did the whole poofity thingy.
Marie would like to be between Alice and the mate.
Yeah, he actually lets you walk first. You know the way back down.
Yeah. I'm quite confident in my ability to find the jail cell.
He, as he takes you down, he will open the cell for you and then gesture into it.
I'm going in.
Fill in the party as to what happened.
Hell yeah.
At least that's the plan.
I make no apologies that I brought no food.
I'm dying here. I really need something hot and greasy. All right, come
Mine's
on,
right
mate.
there.
You know, your time when you had chicken. Oh,
Would
mate.
would I be able to gather that, like, if we came forward with the truth, that they would try to harm Ellis in any way for posing as the Imperial Princess? Or did she seem kind of like, I'll humor you for right now, but you have to come forward with, like, what's up and come up with a plan?
Her demeanor changed severely when Ellis said, "There's no one to talk to. I'm the lady." She totally bought it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the double down worked.
Sorry, I got confused because she was like, I don't believe you.
She's still not convinced she's worth ransoming. Because that's your next challenge. But as you're having...
What if I don't want to be ransomed? What if I want to join the crew? Who's to say?
I will let you all discuss that for a moment then before I do anything
She was
else.
pretty hot.
Excuse me.
I
Really,
don't think she's into me, but
that seems to be the trick with this group. I just keep throwing hot women at you, and then
I should have rolled to see if she was DTF.
So, somewhere there's a casting director who's like, we can't afford any more of them.
And just have to have someone play multiple parts. It's like, hang on, you look an awful lot like that bosun we found beheaded.
It's a selection of different wigs, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, so we have like 50 something minutes to, I don't know.
What happened
Come
to
up
that
with a
fellow who said he was
reason.
going to do something? I haven't seen
As
him.
to,
Did you
as
see
to
him
why-
on your way around?
well, no, I don't think we did.
Who are you looking for?
The
That
one who
guy
said-
from the last.
Yeah, wait for the sign, he said. And you'll
Oh,
know
Darby.
Darby, yeah.
No, you have not seen him
Classic.
in a bit. But we shouldn't forget about him.
I've not forgotten about him.
As the DM does from time to time.
We're just vibing. So we need a plan, and I welcome all ideas.
Well, how busy was this ship? You know what I mean? We could probably get out of this cell pretty easily, I reckon, but
I do not think fighting is going to be our solution out of here, unfortunately. We need
I have no ideas. Please don't ask me.
All right.
I will not. Then.
I actually think you might be the idea.
What? No.
What would you do with this? What do you reckon, Alice?
I know that we all know that the ship is attached to the back, right? Like we saw that happen.
Yes.
We're aware that they're,
As a point of clarity, following things you know for a fact about the ship you are on. 1, the Bitter Victory was repaired because as they were taking you across onto the Fiddler's Due, there were like people coming over quickly to keep it from sinking.
Yeah.
You also are fairly confident it is being sailed by a skeleton crew.
I'm scared of skeletons.
No.
I was about to ask, like, actual skeletons or like, you know, like the term.
Let me rephrase.
Because that changes everything entirely.
It is being sailed by a prize crew,
Okay.
meaning just enough people to keep the ship sailing.
I just wanted to make sure that it was like the term rather than an actual crew of skeletons. Because we could take some fucking skeletons.
Yeah, Sadie and Innes would be familiar with the idea that there's like if there's a fight, that ship is going straight away from it because there's not enough men aboard it to do anything. But it's under its own power. It's not like being towed or something. You also are aware the Fiddler's Stew does have 2 launches attached to it because you at least saw them as you came up. So there are 2 rowboats that can be lowered at some level. If you, in order to get to the victory, you're either all going to have to swim or get one of those boats loose. Or fly.
So the most curious thing about the bit of victory is that you need an artificer to run it.
To run the engines. It can sail perfectly fine on canvas on its own.
And I think that that's something that we have that they don't have.
They did have guns. Not many people can make guns. I don't think.
They do have guns, but this ship sounds different to our ship.
This ship is a lot bigger and also blew holes in our ship. So I don't know if going back to it is.
I never implied that we should go back to it. Perhaps you should listen to me more carefully. What I'm saying is we have,
And this is why that relationship didn't work out.
She's really getting into that Imperial Princess role.
What I'm saying is we have something that I don't think that they have, and that's
an ego.
Somebody who can. Well, she has an ego. Let me tell you that much for sure. We have an artificer, and I don't think that they have one. And I think that that's one thing that we can use to our advantage.
You're going to trade me to them?
No.
Would you rather? Not. Well, first of all, we're not trading anybody, but you need to respectfully. You need to man up and deal with the situation that we're in, because you don't get to be a bitch baby in the corner. Because we all might be killed. So
some harsh truths.
sounds bad. And like
some of us aren't mentally ready to cross swords with. I was never good with a sword.
Oh my. We're not asking you to use a sword. Let's make that very clear. You are, think of it as you are a gear in order to make a piece of machinery run. You can follow. This is
right.
They have the machinery, but they don't have the gear, which is you.
Right.
We can get into their good favor without crossing swords. So we're avoiding the swords.
What happens when he upgrades their weapons and they use those weapons against us?
He doesn't have to upgrade them.
Yeah, we didn't say that either.
Oh, you could sabotage them. That could be fun.
I mean, I have got a track record of causing explosions, both intentionally and otherwise.
What we could, another idea, and I do have some limited experience in this, is that we could, we've got, I do believe making people invisible is one of our little tricks.
It can be if I get some sleep.
And so if we just wait till nightfall, make everybody a little bit invisible, maybe we just go cut loose. We get onto our nice little ship. We get in, he puts it into full reverse or whatever the hell you do with that engine, and it's night time.
But then we've made an enemy.
We've off skid, You know what I mean? We start, they won't see us. And if it's a a basic crew. I mean, if they've got any sense, they'll jump, won't they? God bless them.
I don't think that
Can
the
we
five
run
of
a
us
ship
can.
ourselves? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
I don't think the engines can reverse. I've not tried.
Well, you could do something there, couldn't you? Just reverse. I don't know. Whatever. There's probably a lever down there. If you put it the other way, it'll go backwards, won't it? I'm not an engineer.
It's not that simple.
Well, all right. We'll just turn it left then, so it's not going the same bloody direction as this thing. Think, man.
Right. We can turn.
We could boost this boat. Seriously. I mean, am I the only one who's ever stolen something? Sorry. I mean,
Absolutely not.
God bless you. Sorry. Yeah, it's a sin, and I'm very sorry about it. But you can nick things. I'm just thinking, if we grab one of those boaty things, which I'm hearing are up at top, get in that, nice and dark, nobody notices. We get ourselves a nice little boat. We head left. They keep going wherever. By the time they realise, we'll be over the horizon, won't we?
I mean,
if
it takes a while to get up to speed. I don't think
we're not
we
allowed
can
to
get away
kill
that
anybody,
quickly.
and I'm hearing that, and I'm very disappointed in all of you right now. But if that's the case, all right, Sadie, all right, Sadie, you get a pass. I mean, I think you were up for it. I mean, you know what I mean? You Sadie. I am very disappointed in you at the moment, Alice, and you know why. But that said, let's move on. Walk under the bridge, yeah. If we're not taking anybody's rings off their hands today, maybe this is the way to sort it. Blessed be Saint Nigel.
But what's to stop them just blowing us out the water like they did last time if we try to make a run for it?
It's dark, mate. We're waiting till it's night time. We off ski, and then you won't notice. By the time we realise we're gone, yeah, off we go. All right. I mean, you could make the engine turn left, can't you? Probably.
I can make the engines go. I would need one of you to turn the helm.
Oh yeah, left, right. We could do that.
I know my left from my right.
Yeah, there you go. Sadie's all over it.
We do a vote.
Okay, so what are our options? Let's lay all of those out. So there's the one where we go to our ship. How we get there is a little iffy, a little crunchy.
A work in progress, if you will.
Yes, very much so. And there's another plan of joining her crew. There is another plan.
Joining. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I guess
we join to infiltrate and then dismantle them from within.
My favorite.
We could convince them that we would be a better skeleton crew. That would be one way to get on the ship.
I think it would take a lot of convincing to present the idea that we go back to our ship and we are the skeleton crew to man it. Although we would know it best.
If they don't have an artificer to run it, then we could I could be a bargaining chip there.
So now the name of this ship is the Fiddler's Due, and I just kind of look at my fiddle. Do you think they have a fiddle player?
It would be a very strange shtick if they didn't.
I could kill the fiddle player and become the fiddle player.
Okay, so who had the time before the plan turned to murder at 6 minutes 42 seconds? I feel like that was long for this group.
Yeah, I had it at 3 minutes 10. Long past.
Except I think I am a paragon of self-restraint here. Yeah, But yeah, I don't trust this shadow lady. I don't know what's going on with that one.
We shouldn't trust her. The issue is that we are unarmed for the most part, minus 2 daggers and an axe. We are, their crew is significant compared to our numbers. We are inside a jail cell. We need to prove our worth to the crew in some way, even to get out of this predicament.
So we probably shouldn't forget about my little unseen buddy, my little unseen servant guy. He kind of does whatever I say and unseen. That's a card that we should have in our pockets at all times. Would he be able to get the keys for the cell, I wonder?
The question is, how do we want to do this? Do we want to be trusted, or do we want to try and break out and instantly be fought? I guess
maybe we should be trusted and then fight.
I agree. So
look at us making progress.
Yes, we are agreeing on something that is something. Right now, we have something of value several things of value to this captain and her crew. One is the Imperial Princess is on board. She gestures to Ellis, which I'm not necessarily sure we want her to make a bounty, but it would get attention and potentially bring backup here. But also proving everyone's skill set, which we have in one way or another. If we can convince her to allow us to be part of the crew in some sort, or to at least be more open to negotiation, then at least we have an in. You don't just set a machine on fire or a boat on fire while you're in the boat.
Unfortunately,
you break it from within.
Well, don't deliberately.
But can
I
we
have
set it
done
on
several
fire
times.
after?
Yeah.
Oh, I know how to do that.
What is it being a religious fella?
We could suggest that instead, she was talking about ransoming, which I guess you bring up a valid point of a ransom would bring attention, and given what happened to your late brother, they'll throw anything to get you back, which they may not, in fact, actually want. So maybe we should argue against the concept of ransom.
Am I missing
and
something?
more
What?
towards the concept of, joining.
What happened to your brother?
Oh, my brother, the heir to the throne, passed away somewhat recently. And so I am the heir to the throne now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, is that why you're proving your heir worthiness? That's like the whole point of our mission, isn't it?
Ability to fly.
To an
What?
extent, yes. Yeah, something like that.
Makes sense.
Yes. But one thing she was curious about in the conversation upstairs was trade routes. That is something we can bargain with, and we can put a hefty price on those. It would be the perfect disguise to put our alliance with hers, and also offer her a decent paycheck if we offer 15% of all merchant sales through these trade routes.
I get along with that.
Right. At least she will start to trust us, and then we will have time to better assess our situation from outside a cell.
I mean, the cell's not that bad. I'd like a proper desk, but it's otherwise not that different to my room.
Within 3 minutes of being here, you have all caused hell, frankly.
Only for one person. And calling him a person is very generous.
I just wanted to fit in and test out if that thing would work. And I can say that it does. Stay over there, Brian.
Yeah, we say Brian is really beginning to reek quite badly. So
Could I make him cold now?
Yeah, make him shiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you all, for one, enjoy being in a cell, that is perfectly fine. That is not this.
No, it's not fun. There's no stage in a cell.
I just saying it's not as bad as you think. We're not all used to
Not great.
to luxury.
That luxury comes at a price, which we can talk about later. But right now, I'm actually saving all of us, and very efficiently, by the way.
about nowish, a pair of the crew are going to appear coming down the stairs right by your cells. So rather than the little side, the little side stair there, this is actually coming down the main staircase that's right there on the, if you're looking down at the map on the right side of it. With them is the mate.
The mate.
Yeah, I can give you a quick overview there.
Please.
No problem. And assuming that's what you meant, Shadow. Yeah, that's fair. A fair point, Orchid. Once word of a ransom is out there, everybody might be up for it.
And that's a good distraction.
The DM also appreciates that they all assume that she plans to ransom the lady back to the Empire. He will also just casually mention there's another very wealthy individual who would probably pay to get his hands on the Imperial Princess from a neighboring empire.
It's the king of the Stout Isles.
And
You is all I'm saying is you.
more than likely, this captain knows how to get a hold of him more than she does how to get a hold of the Emperor. Just to put that thought in everybody's collective heads. That said, a couple of the crew are going to come down with the first mate. And they're going to go straight to the cell next to yours. And they're also going to retch slightly at the aroma you have created and continue to maintain.
I don't need to maintain it. It just is.
It just is.
It's not concentration. It just is until I cancel that infusion.
That's so wrong on
Amazing.
so many fronts. And
That's magical tinkering, baby.
Since we are in a slight pause, I will also mention that Ratty has kindly gifted 10 packs to the community. Feel free to grab them, because those cards will let you influence the outcome of the game. They've already spared the bacon of the party once today, because they handed a free success to Lieutenant Ellis pretending to be Lady Marie. So just, that's hanging out there. The crew and the first mate will go to the neighboring cell and invite anyone in it that wishes to join the crew to speak now. Brian will glare across.
I put my mage hand over Brian's mouth.
God, no.
And they open the cell and invite anyone who wishes to become an official member of the Fiddler's Stew to step out now. To which Brian steps out. As do 4 more of the crew.
Not all of them.
Oh, wait, I miscounted.
There's
3 more.
5.
1 remains. And they are led up the stairs. So I'll throw those tokens over there for now. Boom, 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 boom. The first mate remains for a few moments, and the captain herself comes down. I realize you still have some more time, but I think you'll want to see this. Open up the cell, and let's bring all of our guests. The mate will unlock your cell and gesture for you to follow the captain. Interrupt me if anything interesting is about to happen.
I messaged the party. I'm like, do you think it's a surprise party for us? What is it?
I'm about to make an example of the non-volunteer.
Well, but he's still down here.
Yeah, but for how much longer?
Is the non-volunteer coming with us, or is it just us that are going up to watch what happens?
One more time.
Is the is the last person in the other cell coming with us to see what happens, or are they just saying that?
Oh, they've been invited to join as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Lit.
Are we
I'm
going?
on my way. I'm following. GG's.
He's getting a bit Bit
Murray
rank.
is very close behind Ellis.
I could do it with fresh air, frankly. I don't want the rest of you.
Don't leave me down here.
What?
Coming with us.
Are we going? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then.
All
They were
right.
gonna get like killed or something, and they were gonna come back to life.
Take a moment to breathe. Have a
It's
quick
gonna
drink.
be one of those things.
Wait, I do have a logistics question. Was I
Logistics, go for
caught
it.
up about the not the captain, but the hot lady who had attacked our ship? Was I caught up about the fact that she ever said she's died before?
I told everybody.
Okay. So while we're going up, and if we're passing like a group of the general crew, and when we're with the captain as well, I would like to cast Divine Sense. So I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. You can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. That'll work. While I explain it, you all grab a drink of water or coffee because we are getting some calls for hydration, which is appreciated.
I'm going to cast my unseen servant and have him just follow us, just in case.
Just in case.
We may need him.
You never know when an extra pair of spectral hands will come in handy.
Exactly,
Just
especially
ask Ellis.
unseen ones.
Whenever Innes sort of stumbles at the back of the group and the unseen server just plows in front.
Like,
Gently pushing him along. Perpetual shadow hand on his shoulder. Oh yeah, that's not creepy.
he's holding your hand so you have confidence and strength.
What the hell? What? No, there's nothing there.
You're right. There is nothing there.
Do I have the measure of that right? I do. Okay. So you are eventually led out onto the main deck of the ship, where the entire crew is assembled. They're all standing relatively neatly in lines. It reminds those of you with experience in the Royal Navy very much like a general muster, but without any of the stiff backs and the heels locked tight. It's kind of like an effort to kind of start to approach like looking formal, but not all the way. You, the volunteers are lined up opposite the crew along the gunwale on the south side. And you are all invited to take a position, and I'm just going to drop one token for now, so I'm not dragging all of you, along this wall/staircase. So, just to kind of get y'all in the general position. The captain preceded you up and watches as she kind of gestures for you to take a spot of honor. And as she turns and starts to head towards the front of the crew, she pauses and turns back. I feel I've been rude. Would any of you wish to take your place among my new and loyal crew?
I mean, that depends. What's the terms? Health benefits, dental, vision, 401k.
A shanty woman I see. Glib of tongue.
Charmed, I'm sure. Did I give like a little bow?
If you earn your keep as such, 2 shares. Not an officer, but more than a crew.
No, I can't help but notice that figurehead is a fiddler. Do you have a fiddler on crew?
Not at present, unfortunately. The
Not
last,
present.
our helmsman took a terrible turn, and he was the last aboard that played the fiddle with any skill.
That is slightly ominous, but good to know.
And as you all flash back,
Helmsman took a terrible turn.
he was
Hey.
He was the one that you commanded to turn the ship away, and then she murdered him. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
She doled out appropriate punishment for disobeying orders.
Did my divine sense pick up anything
You're like,
with the whole crew
hey,
here?
hey, Rob, I cast a spell.
I know. Well, I was curious, and we were getting to backstory that we already knew.
Okay, so here's the fun twist. Let me consult the plain text for my own peace of mind. And I don't think you're picking up any. You're definitely not picking up any infernals. And you're also not picking up any undead. I want to double check. Let's see. Divine sense. Good and evil. Well, that's kind of a mixed bag. The captain, definitely not good. She is definitely would lean into that evil category. As for the crew, mostly evil. Couple of gray areas here or there. A couple of good people who just seem to have been caught up into it. Ironically, Brian is not evil.
I knew you were going to say that.
In fact, none of the people who have volunteered to join the crew are evil.
Whoops. He might be evil after what we've done to him.
But that is, now to be fair, good versus evil in alignments, very much a debate we are not having this morning. Very much not a debate. Sometime come by happy hour and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Pour yourself a drink, because that's the only time one should be talking about alignment in any great depth. Because at least then at the end of the conversation, you can say, well, we had a good drink. This is Brian's order. Yes. This is where Brian, this is the arc that leads to Brian becoming the big bad evil.
That's season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Wait. We did not.
Brian's revenge.
We did not agree
Brian's
on the
revenge.
season 2.
We just did.
The people demand it.
I'm waiting to hear
It's
from
us, we're the
Netflix to see
people.
if we get picked up or not.
The bit of victory.
Oh, anything gets
Brian's
picked up on
revenge.
Netflix.
We might not make it season 2 if we get picked up by Netflix. That's the only.
Oh, that's true.
That's the only thing.
We'll definitely get picked up. Just might not get season 2.
You're not wrong.
Hey, no, we have to say nice things about Netflix because they need to give us our Cobra Kai season 5.
GG.
Like right now. I can't wait. Anywho.
GG. What are we doing?
The captain will look at Sadie and say, "You are welcome to step forward, my friend."
Well, I want to see this little demonstration before I commit one way or another.
Oh,
I'm sure you can understand.
we only offer this but once.
I just messaged the entire group. Fuck.
Does agreeing mean that we are part of the crew?
Indeed. And a lady such as yourself would definitely earn her spot in an officer's cabin. We might have to reorganize the crew to guarantee an officer's berth for you. And she grins and kind of glances over at a few of the women standing in the front of the ranks who now look noticeably uncomfortable. But I'm certain that an officer's share could be found for you.
Only if I could share it.
That would be forsaking your imperial family.
Well, so would joining a pirate crew, I would imagine.
And you do still have 24 minutes to convince me you're worth ransoming. I'll make an exception. We'll let you decide at the end of the 23 minutes.
That is most gracious.
Me or everyone?
I'll let your friends decide. As well.
So
No.
Do we get to watch whenever?
If you'll excuse me, I have a duty to perform. And she strides to the front of the crew. We each must pay our dues in this world and the next, and these fine men and one woman wish to be part of the collecting of the greatest coin, the finest treasures, and the most glory in that quest. And she turns to the first one. Do you so swear to serve honestly, truly, faithfully, and until death upon this ship? And Brian, who has not looked up, just makes a small nod. Says, so be it, the due shall be paid. And she puts her hand in the air and clenches, and you watch as a shadow blade forms, and she runs it right through the center of his chest.
I knew it.
He
What'd I
looks
say?
absolutely stunned.
But it does mean until death. So does that mean that the cruise ship has ended because he may have just died?
I mean, really, they need a better lawyer.
She
Yeah,
catches
Is he
his-
dead?
Oh,
So
well,
I'm very confused. Look,
Hold on.
Is it what's happened to Brian here?
he
Right.
he gasps for a few minutes as she grabs onto his shirt, and so he's half leaning on the gunnel, and he fair enough, and the other half is her clutching his shirt to hold him upright until she sees where he starts to like pale, and she pulls the blade out, and he gasps and starts to slump. And then she clutches his throat with her bare hand, the blade disappearing, says something, and you watch as a dark energy channels, and then he gasps with this shock of horror. And she pulls him away from the gulls. That which has died shall not die again. Take your place. And then she moves to the next one in line, who now looks considerably less comfortable with their choice to join the crew. And repeats the ritual. Anybody with arcane background may roll an arcana check if they want to.
Yep.
Can I do that?
Oh, fuck, it's intelligence based. Okay.
I'm gonna
Fuck it.
try just for the fuck of it, I
I
guess.
don't know what's
Paladin
going on.
qualifies.
Ugh, that's
don't
not
know.
great.
15.
Couldn't tell ya. Couldn't tell
If
ya.
my divine
Never
sense
seen
isn't
it.
picking up on any of this shit,
I mean,
Well, they're not undead.
I have proficiency, but I don't know that Innis necessarily is that up on Arcana.
Well, your friend's well enough with me. Wait, okay, so since I already sold my soul as a warlock, does that mean it's like it's already kind of spoken for, so then she wouldn't necessarily have it?
This is true. She wouldn't get your soul. That's already been claimed. Okay, with the successful... I love how the lady's the one that's figured out what's going on. She is definitely
Okay.
casting...
she's very observant.
Yeah, this is not a revivification. This isn't that level of necromancy. I'm sorry, this isn't reanimation. This would be revivification. The within 1 minute, raise dead.
So she has diamonds. I would know that.
It's not the spell per se, but it's definitely some kind of similar spell effect. She's not
Gotcha.
crushing a diamond for each of these guys. No.
So they're not technically undead.
They're
They've
not
just been
undead.
revived.
But they have died. Leading back to
Okay.
that insight check, she wasn't lying. She had died, and she wasn't afraid of going through it again. Brian, on the other hand, he looks afraid of going through it again.
My question, based off of my role,
Yes.
I don't know if I would be able to gather this or not, but so she said that someone who's died shall not die again, or something like that. Is she speaking truth? Like, does this make them to a certain extent immortal? I only rolled a 15, so I totally understand if that's.
Then
not
give me
high
a quick
enough to
insight
gather
check.
that. Okay. Insight minus
it-
1.
Immortal while she's living.
9.
I'll round it up to a 10. No, that's just
Big brain.
that's ritual rhetoric. It's a good rallying cry.
Okay.
And you would, to be fair, even if I were to give you advantage on that as a leader, yeah, this is like, that's a good tagline.
Intertwist the
Remember
fates so that the
that.
next action
Until
cannot
you
fail.
die on the ship. Then she kills you on the ship. So you're free to go.
I don't think you're free to go.
No. She said you remember until you die on this
Yeah.
ship. Then immediately murders you and brings you back. You've
Okay,
died
you-
on the ship.
You sound like you just volunteered to try.
He just wants to fit in.
But she also just told me that she can dispose of people. So obviously she controls who lives and who dies by this ability.
I'm feeling yeah,
Right,
I'm
because she
feeling-
doesn't have to bring them back. The thing is that essentially she's getting, the idea is to get rid of her the fear of death, is what I'm guessing. And to make it so you have a fearless crew because you've already experienced being stabbed in the chest.
So I'm speaking as just as a religious type who doesn't know any of what's going on really. Are these guys like now enthralled to this lady in that if she says you have displeased me, she can click her fingers and they drop dead, or are they just regular people who've just been stabbed by someone?
She did have to use a pistol to shoot the helmsman.
Oh, she sorted him dead.
Oh, yeah, she sorted him. Sorry,
Yeah,
not pistol.
that shadow blade she can summon. Yeah, that's what she did to him too.
Well, you see what I mean? It's like, you know.
Translation: Rob found a really cool NPC.
Are we
somewhere in the
having this
files.
as an outward conversation while
Well,
this is all happening? Like, are we just
Well,
chatting
I just want to
away?
point, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Innes is not.
Because right now I think
It's
we're having a
chatting.
conversation that's not a real conversation and it's getting fucking muddy.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Like-
The lines
Yeah,
are starting
it
to blur.
definitely is.
Let's pull
Yeah.
the lines together. So here's what's going to happen: as the rituals of bringing these people onto the crew is completed, the captain will gesture for you to be led away
Back to the cell.
back to your cell. And the leading you down are going to be the first mate, two more members of the crew, and Darby.
GG.
The one who did not join the crew is actually thrown in the same cell as the rest of you.
Cool.
I'm gonna message Darby. I'm like, hey, it would be a really great time for that plan of yours that you mentioned.
He kind of like shakes slightly.
Be
and
cool.
Plan?
Be cool.
I don't fully have a plan yet,
Oh fuck! God damn it, Darby.
Jesus Christ.
He,
but I can
look,
get the
give
key.
him time.
You all have? Don't you have a plan yet?
Yes.
It's hard to formulate a plan with a lot of different minds.
Are you planning anything crazy and or interesting on the walk back down to the cell?
I'm
I
not.
mean, I could, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm in a
How many again was it? So just a clarification. So it's
Yeah.
Darby we wouldn't kill.
Uh-huh.
And who's
It's the
other?
first mate and two other members of the crew.
Oh
Right.
fuck! First mate. That makes it trick.
First mate.
What we're going to
Um,
do is we're going to do this. The door is open. The tokens are there. I'm going to put the two crew, yoink and yoink, and I'm going to put Darby. Well, let's use this. No, water elemental is too big. Let's use
He's
that.
a big fella, isn't he?
Darby's
He
huge.
likes
Dar-
his, he
Darby's
likes his
no Darby's
pies.
little. Yeah, he is scrawny. He's maybe a $110 if he's holding like 3 or 4 cannonballs.
Has he got any weaponry on him?
Yeah, he's got the cutlass strapped to his side, like most of the crew.
Down in
Okay.
this hold, is it? Is this it? Is there anybody else?
This is
wants
it in the hold right now, and the cell door is open for you.
You know, it is this again. The Reverend's natural instincts at this point would be to glance at the professional killers amongst him. You know, especially if Sadie's able to do the old kind of like ethereal DMing.
Yep. And what we're going to do is we're going to let you all pontificate on that for the next 5 minutes while we take a break. So everyone has some time to muse on that. Before we leave the table, I do want to mention very briefly a big thank you to everyone that has been contributing and playing the Stream Loots cards. Do not be afraid of the noise. If the noise doesn't go off, if I don't hear that ring, I won't follow through on it. Reminder to the party, someone did throw down the next PC action cannot fail.
Oh, I murder everyone.
No, that's a singular action.
It's one fell swoop
So
with
the next die roll is an automatic success.
Use it wisely.
Use it wisely. It's the next one to happen.
Okay.
So choose carefully. And yes, if you do create a full put me in coach, you and I will talk on Discord and you will become an NPC in any of my 3 games you pick. Once you've accumulated all 5 parts of a put me in coach, you will become an official NPC that hopefully I won't let the party murder upon first sight. Join us on Discord.
I promise
to talk
not
about
to
that.
slap you with my mage hand.
I might make you smell bad.
Okay.
You get
might make
one
you
choice of 3 games and you don't want to pick this one?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Embrace
It could
the
be you
laws,
in the
my
cell.
child.
Could be you. You could
Allow
be
me
the last
to,
one in the cell.
Allow me
You
to
could be Brian.
Let's take a
You-
fiver,
No one
folks.
wants to be Brian.
Oh,
Paul
my word.
Lemorph points out that has the
Okay.
high ground.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to grab a coffee.
As you seem to be doing really well with it.
Ooh, that 20 to
Oh
25.
my god.
Jeez.
Nice. Scattered it.
Wow. Well, you can roll your damage. I don't.
25. Because I got 3 6s.
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness.
She just hulked out. Rage hard.
Yeah, I think you should rage all the time. I think you
I
should
like this
never
rage,
not
yeah.
never
This
not be
is
raging.
it. Well, I
There's
only
where
get
all our
2.
good rolls were hiding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why they were so bad earlier. We were saving up. But... Stop hitting my friends.
Oop, wrong
You're
way.
damage books with that kind of attitude.
Well played. Wow.
I'm gonna go. Common, mother clucker. Do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
But there's a way to check if you really want to know.
I'm intrigued.
Cut your hand. Bleed in front of her.
Got it.
I mean, but if she's
Yeah, I didn't think I'd do it. I so did it. Smell it.
but like she could not necessarily
So
be
pause
a
is right there.
vampire.
Well, you're
She'd be
saying
like,
that she is a vampire, so
or she's like possessed by one, or like
Cutting her hand open.
or like the
in the middle
leader.
of Strahd's domain.
Wait, her
Sounds
hand or
like,
my
not
hand? I
hers,
just cut
not
my hand
hers.
open.
Not hers.
sounds like a
James.
fantastic idea. Oh.
I didn't have to cut my hand open. We need to cut her hand open.
Oh.
No.
Come here, girl. Come on.
No, you
I'm
mean to
already
say-
bleeding.
James just like waving his bloody hand in
Like, come
Irina's
on.
face.
He goes in, he does a few loops, he comes back out and beep.
Okay. Beep once if there's dead bodies in there. Beep twice. No, that doesn't work. All right, beep twice. No, that doesn't work. Okay, beep. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up. Like, see if I can sneak up and find a window to kind of like. It's not really the sharpest tack in this box.
Special and like not forced or anything. It's brilliant. I think the quote I have in particular is actually came from chat, which was the spell slide into DMs, which then became a spell. That's just it's very endearing. So I love it.
I'm going to follow that up by saying that the reaction to receiving a message spell was an absolute, just as far as role play goes. Oh, jeez.
Boy, that sucks. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, hey.
I've never seen this before.
Unspeakable brutality.
Yeah, a little closer. Go to the right. Oh no, I dropped down. Oh no, I'm under us.
I think they're sinking.
Yeah, they're so...
Okay, drop the anchor so we can collect our stuff.
Oh no, that whole love interest thing. That's right. Oh, I forgot. I almost killed him.
I'm heading that way. I'll tackle her.
Oh, she already
again.
has the potion. She already has the potion.
No, she just handed you the book, and as soon as your hands touched it, she let go and run.
She's not going to take the potion?
She's got bigger fish to fry, like getting her ass out of there. You shot her.
I'm trying to unshoot her to the best of my abilities.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I feel like we should not be meddling anyway. If there's someone killing someone else, it might be for a good reason. You don't know.
Oh my.
That got dark. Wow.
We have killed lots of people.
For various and sometimes no good reason. Yeah, she's not wrong. Oh, good lord, we're murder
I'm not
hobos.
one to judge, okay?
Am I to conclude the party is going to enter into the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beat you, they get to win.
Okay. I can handle that. It's a 40-cent bet to me.
Bet $5.
Table max. All right. 80-cent raise. Oh, this is going to make
80 cents. 80 cents is for fools, young lady.
Oh,
All of
jeez.
it.
I have,
480. Get out.
I can't wait to save these.
I
He's
have
out.
a king. I have a king. Get out. Yes. You were wondering if I had a king? I have a king.
Out.
Get out.
Out. Oh, she's going to go in. She
She's
doesn't
thinking
buy
about
it.
it.
She doesn't buy it.
Because she has a 4.
You think?
I think she has an ace 4.
Yep.
So here's the deal.
She's in.
Some would say, she's in!
Oh.
Does she have the other king?
Yes.
She has the other one?
Yep, but we have the 10. And we take that pot away from her.
Yep.
Having taken a holy order of some kind and other oaths.
I'm thinking like an elven, like really.
Kung Fu Elfin Monk?
Kung Fu Elfin Monk. Okay.
Yes, that meditates a lot.
I can live with that.
Because elves don't have to sleep as much, so totally right.
Punch the. No, I know that's a bad idea.
There is so much nope surrounding this trap. I am not here for an amulet. I am here for a traumatized rogue. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 2.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about the amulet. I just thought that.
Why am I here?
I legit have been screaming this entire time. So you know what? What is the health of
You're
everybody
also
right now?
full health. You want to like come
All right,
back and join
everyone's
the battle?
full health.
Like, no, we're not. The rest
All
of
right.
us are like highly injured. You're on
Yeah,
the
we're
outside
all
full
hurting
health. You
pretty
wanna,
bad.
Like,
The
help out a
jam
little
board
bit?
says that everybody's.
Oh, refresh.
Refresh
Never mind.
that. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Ember's alive because I just healed for 12. Show us that 12 out of 41.
You
were
were
like
literally
farting
seeing
around
full
on the
health
outside of
this
the circle.
entire
Like,
time,
come
weren't you,
join
Yansen?
me. I'm full health. Y'all,
Shadows didn't have a spot on the jam of the thing, and I was just like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think we broke the.
I'm a genie in the bottle, baby.
Sorry.
The one that's between Chrysanthemum and her bottle.
Yes. Yes.
That's a dangerous place to be for many reasons.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check. Maybe the dice are going to favor you at the moment.
Also, are
Can't
we
be an
can we-
intimidation? I can't like intimidate the rhyme
No.
with my music. Okay.
No.
Well,
Can
I thought I would try.
This in intimidation music.
Or I
though.
can't I can't persuade them to not sing with my music. Okay.
What's up,
Can
Molly?
Can we do anything when we're singing, or is that like it takes up our whole action?
Oh, it doesn't.
Come on.
It doesn't. Oh, good lord.
Finally.
I'm over here
I
trying.
finally can bard. For just
Yeah.
let me bard. I never get to bard. I'm always doing failing rolls when it comes to bard skills.
The bard
This
is
the
being
first
the
time.
bard.
You're barding when it's most important.
It's about time.
MVP.
Sweden is my lucky country.
No
All right.
kidding.
Yeah.
You're swinging again.
Oh man,
Oh,
this
this guy
guy.
is tough.
What's up with this guy?
He's
What? What? This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. All right, we're going. Let's go.
Okay.
And followed by the smite. Come on, Timber. We got this.
I mean, if he doesn't go down now, I don't know.
And
but then-
he finally drops.
Yes.
And is out of the scrap. Gets to the guy in the
Yeah.
safe, yes.
So we assume this guy is bad.
Oh, he's super bad.
Well, you know.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Okay, there we go.
No, but
we're
not killing
back
people.
from our break.
Brainstorming. I'm just eating.
I can't wait to
5v5?
edit this. Ugh.
5v5.
I feel like we have to have brains in order to brainstorm, though.
What I'm hearing is, so someone must have unlocked the door in order for us to get back in the cell.
Yes.
Is it wide open?
At the moment, yes.
Oh, good.
I'm going to reach into my pocket, pull out a device that I've used before, and trigger heat metal on the key.
Why? Why? Why?
Because then
Why?
we will have access to the key.
I could just have
We can lock them in the cell. We can lock them in the cell.
Nah, dude. Why the fuck would we do that?
Because I don't want to kill people.
Bro, you've killed many people already. Let's be real as
Okay, so-
AF.
I don't
Real
want
quick,
to
can we
deliberately kill
recap
people.
real quick though?
Okay, so
'Cause
recap.
Recap was the last thing I remember is that Darby said he could get the key.
Yeah.
That's the important recap.
He could get us the key.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that correct?
And Darby can get you the treasure map. No, the key to get out, and then something of value,
The money.
potentially.
Here are
I'm
our
taking that
options. One, I join the pirates. I'm heavily invested in the concept. I'd love to be a pirate. I don't care. I'm like, this is an appeasing offer. Who's to say? You know, one, I may join the pirates.
Your loyalty is to.
I would also point out.
Correct. And if she said we're joining the pirates, guess what? I'm joining the pirates.
I will also point out, though, for a bit of world consistency, Brian is permanently scarred because he joined the pirates. I'm just gonna put that out
I
there
also
on the
cut
table.
his face with a dagger, so he is double scarred.
No, that's the scar. You scarred him because he joined the pirates.
Yeah. No. I scarred him because he disobeyed the Empire.
By joining the pirates.
Only because I thought that he sold us out. And I'm since learning that he did not because they don't know who the real princess is.
So at some point later, there's going to be a, Brian,
That's gonna be
my
awkward.
bad.
Maybe some sort
Oh, no,
of,
not for me. Not for me, dog. It's a no for me.
For Brian,
Hell
maybe
no.
later on, along the lines of, sorry we stabbed you and made you smell like fish. You know?
What's the first mate carrying?
Cutlass and the 3 pistols.
Oh, it's the dwarf. Before.
Mm-hmm.
Any armor?
He looks like maybe like leather.
I'm gonna heat up the cutlass with that since I already clicked on it.
So we're starting something.
Oh.
Yep.
We're starting something.
Heads up, motherfuckers. We're heating metal.
So basically, Innes is sort of panicking slightly, but wants to fit in. Is what I'm hearing, and he's just basically.
I would just like to put out that he wants to fit in, but no one's starting a fight. We're literally walking back into a jail cell.
He's hearing you plan all this, and in his mind,
we're
it's
just
like,
I'm not talking in character in the slightest. I'm talking as myself. Like there is no. My understanding is that this conversation we're currently having is not a character conversation. It's a player conversation.
I concur
Sadie
with
and the
that.
father.
Yeah.
Sadie and Baldington, however.
We've been exchanging messages. Not like that. just exchanging messages. So,
Wait, has there been? So was there a secret plan to attack between the 3 of y'all?
It's been considered, at least on Sadie's brain, but she might realize it might not be a good idea. But
I
like,
have tried to catch the eye of both, like Sadie and Ellis, because obviously a raised eyebrow means a lot in our world. So it and then just waiting to see if I get a little, or what I mean, that kind of thing. Just the smallest or slightest of nods as to what's going on, because that's all we need really.
Well,
so I'm looking at Sadie, and I've just done that little, and
we have a job to do, and the job is that we need to prove our worth. Correct?
Yes. How do we prove our worth?
Good fighters.
And I'm looking at my bay, and I'm like,
DM point of order. Prove worth as in prove to me that, or convince me that you are high enough ranking in this empire I know nothing about, that you are worth the work to ransom. It's not necessarily the same as prove your worth as a member of my crew.
Unfortunately, you don't have a birth certificate to hand.
Well, we were thinking originally prove worth in a sense that we could potentially be part of the crew or arrange for something mutually beneficial.
That's why I'm like, I want to make sure we're clear. The prove the worth was intended as the DM speak was intended as prove to me that if I ransom you, I'll get money, and not just well, thank you for doing all the work to give us the ransom note. She's worth like $50 to us.
is she dumb?
She doesn't know the Empire. She doesn't know where you sit into it yet.
What the hell?
I'm just saying. Although Wooly did
So
just
she's dumb.
throw another 200 bits in, so you guys have 4 rerolls in the bank that you haven't used yet.
We do also still have the
Succeeding
ring,
action.
the
Oh,
thing
yes.
that Comfy ate, which would probably prove something.
But the question is, do we want to prove that?
I don't know.
remember our first action is going to be successful as well.
Yeah.
And I have a dagger.
And in the combat, also did happen right at the break, in your first combat, the first NPC to act will be attacking with advantage.
Okay. What's Darby doing?
Darby is kind of like hanging to the back and watching at the moment because there are people around.
Hmm.
All right.
Are they going to stay?
Mm.
Is that the vibe? The vibe. I'm in the cell. I walked into the cell.
Okay.
So, okay. Sorry for all the questions out of character. Also, we had like 20 something minutes left to make a decision. That was before everyone got stabbed in the chest. Roughly how much time do we have left?
If she's staying true to her original hour, probably next to none, but she's not down here yet. So you probably, that time in the ritual might not have counted against your hour.
Okay.
Right.
Again, I cast a glance at Sadie and Ellis in particular, with a nod towards Lady Marie as well. But I am kind of looking for validation.
I'll
do it again.
In light of the party's.
He's like.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. There, that's it. You know, I'm trying not to make it too obvious. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
In light of the discussion, I'll pull back from actually starting the cast, but he is fidgeting with the doohickey that causes heat metal.
A reasonable.
So are we all in the cell?
Are you all in the cell? Okay.
So, like, is the cell mandatory or is it just suggested?
I mean, it's currently unlocked and open.
Yeah, it's like, you're going to go back in, right?
I mean,
the first mate hasn't said anything, but there's definitely like an implied, okay, in you go.
Again.
But what if we didn't?
I'm doing this a lot. My eyebrows are getting tired, all right?
There's, as the hesitation happens, don't make this hard on everybody. Just get in there and get comfortable for a bit.
Is
I'm very comfortable. Have you been in there?
Is Boddington currently just trying through sheer force of will to add sending to his own spell list?
He will learn it.
It's doing the gangster version of somebody make a bloody decision because I've got my, you know, I have a dagger and various other brawler
and an anger problem.
Okay. So Marie is seeing all this going down. She's seeing the eyebrows. She's seeing the fidgeting. She's seeing Ellis looking at her, and she sees Sadie like debating whether to listen at all. And she steps forward and says, I will join your crew.
Right. Captain's a persuasive one, isn't she?
Same.
Well.
Same.
You are going to have to be held here for a bit longer while I go talk to the captain about this particular development.
Lovely.
GG.
He looks at Sadie, nods into
Hi.
the cell.
I just wave at him and I'm like, why are you looking at me?
Get in.
But like,
Sadie,
are Marie and Ellis going in the cell too?
They're already in.
We're already in.
Okay,
I'm in.
fine. Okay,
Yeah,
fine. But I'm not going to be happy about it.
Established. They lock it back up again. The first mate and the two crew head up. Darby starts to go towards the stairs, and as soon as like the last crewman disappears up, he turns around and comes straight to the cell. Are you really planning to join?
I just needed time. Where are you at?
With what?
You said you can get a key.
I can. What's your plan?
My dude. We
didn't think we were going to get this far.
Are you a part of the crew?
Yeah,
Is he a part of the crew?
I was just saying, you know, Darby, did you have that smoky sword stabbed in you at some point? What's happened to you now? What are you obliged to do now that you've been stabbed?
He like noticeably shakes when you ask. Like, there's like a moment of like, oh yeah, that's right. I know what it's like to die. It sucks. All washes over his face in rapid succession. And yes.
Okay. Does the Queen have some sort of hold on you other than just the fact that you know that it's quite unpleasant to be stabbed?
No. I mean, I couldn't be plotting to escape if she did, right?
Right.
And trust me, I want off this ship.
Are there any others that want off?
4 or 5, maybe 10 if I pull some strings.
Yep.
Enough possibly to crew our ship?
He kind of considers. Possibly. I don't think we have a pilot among them, though. Someone will have to man the wheel. And we probably won't have enough people to man all your guns, but we could definitely keep the sails going.
We just need to get away.
Oh, yes. All you have to do is, yeah.
So Darby, mate, is there any way of getting to one of those little boats at the back without anybody else really noticing what's going on? Or is that tricksy?
If there was enough of a distraction, I suppose.
Distraction, you say? So if we had some sort of distraction at the front of the ship, they all look at that and we'll go sit back and off skier.
Darby, do you know where everyone's weapons are?
They're probably in the armory.
Is there any way, because I can bond with 2 weapons, my second hand axe is probably there. Can I tell where that is with my magical powers?
You're asking a favor from the dark spirit that you sold your soul to.
Well, I had my morning ritual this morning. I bonded with my buddies, my hand axes for some Thor hammer type shit. I was just wondering if in that I knew where they were, or if it's just that I can be like, hey, come here.
Yeah, you can get a sense for where it is.
Okay. It's in the armory, isn't it?
It's like from where your position, if you look out your cell, it's up over there.
So now the next question is, if she summons it, does it go through all of the objects or does it just
No,
appear
it just
in her
appears,
hand?
I think, yeah.
Because that would be a distraction.
I've already got one, so...
Okay.
Oh, all right, so we need distraction. I mean, Ines, you're very good at creating distractions for doohickeys and things.
I mean, I can make an illusion.
We need to dismantle the arms on this boat.
Or
the cannons. Ines, can you do that?
Or disable its ability to steer.
If I can get my hands on the right tools, I can try.
Would you do you think you could do something bad to the steery thing at the back? The rudder.
The helm?
The rudder. No, that thing that makes it go left and right.
I would need to be able to get close to it, and
Darby, do you think we could get
particularly
close?
want to swim.
The rudder chains are run over the aft guns, which is actually past the armory on the way to the launch. We could try that.
How far away is this? Is it 60 feet away?
Is what 60 feet away?
Wherever we have to fuck shit up.
Yes. According to my best estimate, the ship is 200 feet stem to stern.
Oh, well.
And a width of about 45 feet.
Is the armory 60 feet away?
Yes. Well, from the very edge of your cell, yeah. Plus, it's up at least one level.
I'm trying to get my unseen servant to just get our weapons.
Darby looks really a bit nervous. I think there's going to be a rotation of the crew soon. It's getting dark. They're going to start the last quarters.
Oh, you need to sleep. You can't be invisible yet.
I can talk to a few people and see if they can get on your ship. If you have a plan for the distraction, I think we might be able to make it out and over there.
Okay.
Do I still have tools on me? Was it just weapons that were taken?
You probably still have a tool or two. They didn't like strip you down.
I mean, I could put on a performance. That's kind of distracting-ish. It's not a big distraction. It's a distraction.
We kind of need a remote distraction. I don't.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Well, okay. Before you get too deep into it, Darby's going to head off to start making his plans. I need Sadie, Marie, and Ellis to roll me an insight check.
Auto succeeds. We're still sitting on that card.
Oh, I was so close to a natural 20.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I forgot about that for a second. I was like, oh, I was
I rolled
mentally saving that
first.
for a cannon.
15.
Darby's a woman.
Is she hot?
If you're into scrawny, I guess.
Hey,
Have
come
you
on now.
seen me?
Well, there could be more.
You've
there could
seen
be
these
more.
fucking arms, bro. We ain't
They
getting
could
much.
be more. Scrawny's not. They could be more wiry than scrawny. Yeah, there's a difference.
There's a bit where that,
yeah.
that her clothing's been pretty loose on her. They're definitely like as she walks away, it's like, wait a minute.
Like the ass?
Or the hips?
Like,
You know what?
Bobas.
I'm not enough of an expert on any of that, and I'm never going to try. I'm just going to say, sure.
hey.
We just know.
All three of us in succession were just like,
Huh.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, are
Plan.
we going for a walk, everybody? Because I think that maybe we could just go.
Well, the
Hold
cells
on.
walked again.
tell us
Right?
the plan.
The plan.
Babe, floor's all yours.
All right. The plan. We need to, if you can, get your unseen servant to the armory, get our weapons back. Innes, I'd love for you to wreck as many of these cannons as you can. Don't try to make it obvious. Just try to dismantle them in some way. If they can fire backwards, go right ahead. We will get to the rudder and the rudder chains and break them. And then we will make it to our own ship. They will have nothing to attack us with. We'll have a chance to boost away and we'll be free to go.
And they'll have a bit trouble steering as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Father, if you would like to help make a little distraction, as I see you're a little eager to draw some blood, by all means, can you run?
Well, let's just. I mean, you know, I haven't been to the gym for a little while. However, I have on occasion had to have been very fast in certain situations. So I reckon I could. I could maybe do something.
I can also retreat expeditiously, one could say, but only myself.
That's fine. Well, then if you want to be the distraction, can you distract and also use your unseen servant?
That's a good question.
DM reminder, Darby did say that you would be going right past the armory on your way to the launch.
Okay, so
I'm on the way.
you two, and she points at Sadie and the Revenant and distraction. You, she points at Innes, break everything that you can. And we, and she'll point at herself and Ellis, say, we'll take care of the rudder. And
You don't think that we should split up?
us? No.
You don't think that's a
No. After we dismantle the rudder, if we can sink the anchor, in the meantime, we will be, in theory, good to go, assuming that everything goes perfectly and nothing messes up and we don't die in the process.
Logistically,
I think we could have a
There's a
nap
lot of
fest.
faith going on.
DM is going to put out there that the capstan for the anchors
Mhm.
is on top of the forecastle at the very front of the ship. The launches that you intend to get to are in the far aft of the ship.
Okay.
You are outnumbered. Let's see, there's 5 of you. So you're outnumbered about 75 to 1.
Wait, 75 to 1?
Yeah. It's a big
There's
ship.
There's a bunch of fuck.
So splitting the party too much might yield a nearly impossible task for a single individual to get all the way across. Keeping the party together is probably your best logistical move. Now,
Okay.
you are welcome to split the party. I just want to be sure we're all on the same page with,
We could all.
I mean,
Where's the lifeboat?
the launches are 1 level up from you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
looking down at the top of it. So if you go out the window of where the aft cannons are, you would be in the launch, or you go all the way up top side and climb down to it.
I'm thinking in terms of distraction. Once we're out of this cell, I think the cell needs to be on fire.
What about the other person with us? Are they useful? What can they do?
Yes. Hi. Who are you? What's your name? Do you do things that are good?
Yeah. Who is this? He's one.
You level one.
We know he's like, he's probably all right.
Or they? We should not assume.
We should not assume. Which one have I used in the past?
We learned from Darby not to assume.
The good old. Let's see here. What do I get? Oh yeah. Hey, cool. Leaf. Is has been part of the crew for his whole life.
All right, Leafy boy. Is that name like?
Do you steer boats, Leaf?
No, he's a topsman. He's always been up tops.
Did we know his alignment? Did we pick up his alignment? There.
If we picked up his alignment, it is kind of good.
Okay, so I'm not going to do a command to make him shout really loudly in 20 seconds.
Yeah. Although as you get asking him, he does comment that he's he is very happy to be part of this operation. It's helping him cope with his recent divorce.
Oh.
This is what happens when you turn your back to the sea, and you find yourself too long at land, and you know in your heart that she's not going to be there for you forever. She's a creature of the woods.
Was she a leaf?
No, dryad.
Okay.
But she swore she'd be loyal, and we put to sea for a bit, and it was only 2 months, and I come back and she's with child. Very tragic.
That is one powerful piece of junk you got, my friend Leaf.
And it's worse. Would you believe it was a crewmate? A man that I had served with that he
was it Brian?
Was it Brian?
No, different man. He had recently we had both spoken of retiring together. And I had sworn I would do one last tour aboard a ship. And he said that he was taking his retirement early and collecting his pension, a bit more feeble than mine would be. But I was so in love. I wanted that last tour to guarantee an extra 3 gold per month from the Empire. And he stayed behind collecting his and apparently collecting her. I don't blame him, though. I mean, really, it really truly should fall on her shoulders. She was the one that was truly disloyal. To be fair, any man or woman would have fallen for her charms.
Be at peace, Leaf. We will take you with us, and this here friend of yours will meet divine justice when we get back to shore.
Oh, there will be justice.
Well, I don't think I think justice has been had. Last I heard, she had crossed another in a similar way, and he was building an outhouse with a particular tree he had found.
This is all very confusing. Leaf, do you want to come on our ship or not, mate? Do you want to go back to the Victory?
The DM's better questions. Are you sure you want this guy with his baggage with you?
He needs friends.
You are trying to assume. You don't think that the people in this cell right now have a shitload of baggage already?
I'm actually quite fond of him. I'm actually thinking,
I must protect Leaf with all of my might.
We could get Leaf a lady or something.
We'll give him a sword. Actually, I'll give him one of my many daggers. But, Leaf, we're about to go on a bit of an adventure. I need you to take this. Right.
I will also submit, just as a slight plug, npcgenerator.com.
Love it.
Literally gave me Leaf Serpentwind, a 50-year-old male human sailor.
Awesome.
Leaf.
That's a great line, Darth.
Oh.
Leaf, do you have a? Were they married? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get
be married?
Do you have a ring? The Reverend would love to bless it if you've got the ring still.
Show me your wedding ring.
That ring is somewhere about 8,000 leagues back and 10,000 leagues down.
Leaf. What? Suck.
I think are we all right? So, and this is kind of directed at everybody else. Leaf, all right, Leaf. So are we taking this fellow with us? We've given him a dagger. Yeah.
What level is he? 1.
Yes.
He's a commoner. He's a sailor.
All right, fine. So how much of that flammable duck poo do we now have?
That's a good question. What should I roll for that?
You have about an hour's worth of poo.
So okay, they I think it's every 15 minutes. Let me look at the sources again.
Yes.
This is how our post session was spent last week.
This is what happens when you leave
This
us
is the
alone.
glamour that goes on behind the curtain.
Call back from the top of stream. You see, the poo was going to be important. It's like what's it called? Chekhov's gun. That idea?
Every 15 minutes, and that's on average. So if he's
Chekhov's duck
scared, he may poop more often than every 15 minutes, seeing as that is an average.
Okay, so you have a collection of duck poop at your disposal.
Okay, this is a good distraction.
This is the basis to an incendiary device. You can heat metal. So could we put like something hot, metallic and hot, into the poop to set?
Well, yes, it's very flammable, actually.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. First of all, actually, sorry, just as is the door locked?
Yes.
Okay, we need to unlock the door first.
We're waiting on a key.
What would happen
Yes, we will
hypothetically
get
if
a key.
I? Oh, right.
Yeah,
I was going to suggest blasting the door.
Did they leave any of the ammunition for ranged weapons when they took our weapons off of us?
They did not leave the ammunition with you.
Not
You do
the
not have
ammunition.
things that go boom.
I
Except for
wasn't
I
asking for things that go
advise
boom.
us doing boom right now because we need to be as stealthy as possible, sabotaging the ship before
Right.
we
Well, I
get
was
on the
more
road.
concerned. I was more concerned with crossbow bolts.
What time of day is it?
It is coming on to evening/nightfall.
Okay, so it's getting dark.
This game has always
That's what he
gotten
meant.
dark.
Yeah, that's what he meant when he was like,
Obsession zero.
they're gonna swap like the guard over for the okay.
Change of the watch.
Yep. It's coming up to that time to chime the bells.
I am not stealthy.
I
Neither am I.
am-ish.
Actually, I'm more stealthy now because my chainmail. No, I'm still wearing my armor. Never mind, it's my shield that was taken.
Give.
I think for me to be able to sabotage the cannons, I'm going to need to get a hand on some additional items.
Like what?
Such as
Some kind of spike, a crossbow bolt, or metal spike. Dagger might be a bit big, but would probably work.
well, we will be close to the armory, so we can
I'm just
stick
gonna do
together
this.
as much
I'm
as
gonna say,
possible.
how many do you want?
I would need it. It would use the dagger up entirely. We would lose the dagger, and each one would deal with one cannon.
I've got a few.
You need more than one.
There's bound to be a few in the armory.
Yeah, we'll all go to the armory together. Try and stick together as a group as much as possible. Once we get there, if we can try to not split up too much, but take care of as many of the cannons as we can.
I can tell you all how to do it.
How long would it take, roughly?
I don't know if you want me to roll for that.
What are we rolling for?
I don't know if I'm smart enough to
teach
remember
them-
how to dismantle the cannon.
There's no dismantling involved. To teach them how to spike a cannon.
That's no roll for that. It just, it's not that hard to do.
So you look for the hole near the back where they light the cannon. You take the dagger. You hammer it in.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't take too long. When we were going up to the main deck, how much of the crew was in that area, I guess? Like, would we be able to get there and start messing crap up? Marie wouldn't suggest this plan if she didn't think we could do it stealthily.
You have not seen any of the crew, but from what you know, they all have tasks to be done. And so the question becomes, how much do you want to? I mean, the ships. You went up 2 flights of stairs. You passed the gun deck on your way up, so you would have seen where the bulk of the ship is. There's a high probability you are going to be interacting with crew on the way to your destination.
Punching on.
So it sounds like we have to fight.
Fight is relative.
We could do some sort of deception to sort of.
I am good at that.
We need to know who's on our side and where they are. Where's the guy? Where's the lady? Where's Darby? Bro.
Darby? They have not come back yet. Although, if you're like, okay, we now need to talk to Darby because we need to execute our plan, Darby will reappear with the key.
And the the pirate queen has not come looking for us in our minutes
yet.
Not yet.
So we could have Darby open it. We set our incendiary device off, which will start burning and eventually become a real problem in about 5 minutes. Because I'm assuming this is 90% wood. It's surrounding us. He can say that he's escorting us to the Queen if anybody asks any questions. Yeah, come with me, you rapscallions. He could be saying, and then
Would also Darby? I guess I'd need to talk to Darby when she got back. About having the crew sabotage the crew that's on our side, sabotage the cannons instead, to just look as if they are masking it as just doing regular maintenance or something like that.
We need to talk to Darby.
Yeah,
I'll just call out with message. Darby!
Darby.
Have you? What's the range of that message?
120.
I think do you need to see them?
Maybe. What if I see them in my mind?
I don't think you have to, because I know that we've had, if you have to see your target for message, Molly's been abusing the crap out of it. And I'm going to have a word with her.
Yeah, we were just chatting she was sending me, like, I'm going to be very honest with you. She was sending me all kind of suspect messages when I was at the dinner table.
Such as?
That too.
I said hi. I asked you if you missed me, and I asked if she was hot.
Can you send nudes through a instant brain? I need to know.
Make it very clear, she did not miss you.
3 feet of wood blocks the spell.
Can I? Les?
What?
It is a good question.
I feel like that one required a slight scolding.
What? What is that a bad question?
Moving on.
Is it a bad question?
You cannot attach media to send a message because it's a whisper. It's literally a whisper in your ear.
So it's like a dirty text.
Yep.
But it whispers in your ear. It's like whispering sweet nothings.
It's like, I'm in the jail cell wearing nothing.
Is this an ASMR stream now? Is that what it is?
I can add that tag.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry. Anyway.
No, you're not. You are so not sorry.
A message does not require line of sight. It requires that you know roughly the direction that they're in and for them not to be beyond too much stuff.
Yeah.
Including 3 feet of wood.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's the signal's iffy down here.
We're going through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I maybe.
Yeah. They get the gist though if they heard something in their head.
Indeed. Darby will appear at some time.
Perfect.
And will look a bit harried. You can see where she's added a pistol into her belt. And she's got the keys. It's just, the captain is ready to talk to you. We need to move.
Okay. Can you have anyone of your friends sabotage the cannons in any way? Make them non-functional?
Everyone that I know that wants to get off the ship is already stationed on yours.
Lovely. Okay.
Oh,
well,
GG.
I guess we're just going to have to book it. It's a horrible plan.
Is it a horrible plan, or is it simply the best plan you have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can
they
be
can be both.
Grading on a very heavy curve. Let's see.
The Reverend looks at
Actually
Sadie.
give a
Of course, goes
token here. We'll use this
They should
token
remember-
for
we're
Darby.
definitely rumbling this time.
Should we get a better token for Leaf?
Yeah, Leaf needs a token. Hang on, let me find something.
does Comfy get a token?
We don't want to confuse Leaf with
He's in the
that
bag.
traitorous
Broke.
bastard.
I didn't have time to look up one, so we're going to use that for Leaf for now.
So, Comfy's currently in my backpack.
Right.
Which is actually a bag of holding.
Well, we don't know that.
You don't know that.
As
far as you know.
characters, we know that as players.
Yeah, exactly. Character knowledge.
Inish, are you going to work your magic and make this room hotter than it was?
This room?
Well, you see this little cell. Before we off ski, we kind of need to have a little bit of an incendiary device going on while we crack on.
And we do have a little bit of
We do have.
Is
A
that part of the plan to light the
Here's
jail
our inf-
cell on fire?
It's a
Yeah.
good distraction.
The distraction. They're going to all run down because fire on the
But
ship.
don't we need a
no work.
distraction on the other side?
No,
we
we're
can
going
light multiple
stern.
things on fire.
We're going stern, aren't we? And this is aft. So, is that the right way around? Front. Basically, we're at the front. The thing's at the back. So if we set fire to the cell at the front, they'll all run to that because the worst thing on the ship, a wooden ship, is fire.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're going to be very, very distracted. So,
Get lit.
you have some sort of like slow burn incendiary, which is duck poop with a very hot, heated metal piece in it. It will eventually combust in about a minute, and then
Surely
start.
someone has like a tinder box that they could.
What is wrong with the duck poop in on a hot screw?
I don't want to waste heat metal.
All right, then. Is
I
everybody
can
got-
blast it. What would happen if I blasted duck poop with my eldritch shit?
Does it cause fire damage?
Good cheese.
It's force damage, isn't it?
So you just spray it everywhere?
I'm getting out the cell before.
Well, then that could be good because then everywhere's
Same.
on fire. I guess we have. It's crackling energy.
It's force damage. It's a blunt hit. It is not fiery, unfortunately.
Does anybody have a match?
I can make things mildly warm.
Oh, hang on. I have burning hands, which again I won't be massively aware of because I'm still not really sure I'm a cleric. But maybe some people have told me when they shake my hand, I have.
I think you
hot
saw the
hands.
wrong character sheet pulled up.
All right.
I'm double checking now.
No,
oh yeah,
this
you
is
do
it.
have burning hands on this character
Burning
sheet.
hands level 1.
Let's go. Light it up.
That is your last spell slot.
Touch the poop.
That's your
Touch
last
the
spell.
poop. Touch the
But yes,
poop.
you can totally do that.
Okay.
And actually,
I think Shadow missed our lecture earlier on about what exactly we were doing with the duck.
Yep.
The
You know,
duck is
Shadow,
in-
let me do you a quick
We're good.
salad. Unless the
The
party
duck-
stops me.
The duck is in a container of water
Mm-hmm.
with a cap of water breathing on
Mm-hmm.
And to keep
in
them
the bag
underwater.
of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And to keep them underwater, they're
yeah,
being weighed down.
there are sources for the article I just posted on our Discord in the D&D channel. I encourage everyone after the stream to check it out. This is what the players handed me when we started.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Up here for thinking.
Yeah, they were on their game. Marie was
Yes.
not part of this plan. So, as you've got the duck poop in place and you're debating what to do, the good reverend goes, by the mother, if this could just be lit, and his hands sweep out just the right, and this burst of flame flies out of them.
Yeah.
And nobody is more terrified of this
Jesus
than
Christ.
the reverend.
What a bloody hell!
As he's just standing there with both hands together, just blasting flames throughout the back of the cell.
Excellent distraction.
Derby may have actually even wet herself at shock at what has
Right.
occurred. And there's a moment where you think, we really didn't need duck poop.
Helps.
We needed it.
Oh, okay.
We definitely did not need it.
It was
decided.
imperative to this plan.
Get shit on. Let's go.
This room is a little bit on
We need
fire.
to go now.
All right,
It
let's
is
go.
on fire. Let's go. We need to move
I
very
don't know what
quickly.
the hell happened there? I can only apologise. However,
No
I do-
apologies. Let's go.
Let's go.
Stuff is on fire.
Darby
Run
will
for the armory.
immediately
Yeah, we're booking.
start to lead you this way towards this far stairwell.
Boom.
Whoop. Which will then lead you up to. Let's see here. Where's my hand?
go,
There's my
gamers.
hand. Whoop. Up the stairs to here. And then she will immediately, put her hand to stop everyone coming up the stairs. Place yourselves in whatever order you'd like to come up the stairs, as that will decide who gets to do what at the top of the stairs.
Am I first?
It looks like Ellis is first.
Fuck off, I'm first.
Boink, coming around the bend.
We're
Boddington-
kind of like, I would say, on the stairwell, we're pushing each other as to who
She's
gets up the stairwell first.
And she points around the corner and loudly whispers, there are crew stationed in here. The armory is right behind this door, and she points at the room you cannot see into.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nope. Actually, it's the one just around the corner itself. So it would be this door here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's black. Where is it? Oh, there's guards at the front and at
And
the
then
table.
she points out that there's a guy and as you glance around her, there's a dude. Uh-oh. Are we stretching or are we waiting to be
Nope,
called
I
on?
have an idea.
Oh, shit.
So with minor illusion, I can create a sound, and its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be someone else's voices. Now, seeing as I have heard the captain's voice, can I make the minor illusion yell for their useless asses to get into a place that is not where they are now?
Because there's only one door and they'll have to run right past us. Aren't you stealthy, girl?
Everyone
Yes,
hide back
but-
down the stairs?
Yeah, if we get down the stairs a little, head down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to lead them into the cannon room because that's where we want to be.
Yeah.
But we want them to take the stairs all the way to the top floor.
Call a muster.
Deck. All hands
Yeah,
on
call them up.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Or we go up and call them down to the fire, but then,
They are
Yeah,
going to have
that's where they put it
they are
in.
going past the stairwell. So
Yeah,
Sadie will
GG.
have to sneak or be
I can do
spotted.
that.
Okay.
Probably.
Everyone backs down the stairs quickly.
See ya.
You at this moment, as Sadie comes back up the stairs and begins to craft that arcane energy, you hear the ship's bell beginning to be rung in steady succession.
Right, because we lit a fire.
3
We got
beats,
lit.
pause. 3 beats, pause, and you can hear shoes on wood across the ship.
Okay, that's good.
For their part, the shuffling you can, as Sadie glances around the corner, she can actually see the men moving from the benches to man the guns and take up positions. The last tidbit I will add, and this is why I
So their
don't-
backs are to me.
at the moment, yes. One of the things I adore about this map, you see these real faint black lines right here?
Yeah.
Those are 2 lengths of chain
That's the rudder chains.
that run along the ceiling and then down pulleys into the woodwork on either side. That's the rudder chain.
So if someone were to just, snap that chain, would they?
Well, by chain, let's be clear. We're not talking like, your bike chains.
Well,
We're
yes.
talking the rudder chain. That's everyone's like, rudder
Is
chain.
it made of metal?
Yes.
I message it is. I'm like, hey, got some metal for you.
And point me at it, I guess.
I'm
Okay.
like, what's those chains?
The illusion is still going off, I assume, at this point. I need a deception check. Or performance.
No, I'll take deception. That's a 22.
That's a 22.
Yeah, baby, got his +6 to my deception.
That's our first roll, isn't it?
Nope. The
Yeah.
first one was to figure out
I
that
also
Darby.
have a +9 to my performance. So
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
But I do.
Fortunately, you're through that. That card's been burned and resolved. That was a wonderful success. So that's been resolved. The 5 guys all like leap and go charging out of the room. Give me your stealth check to see if they don't spot you as they go running past. Out onto the gun deck.
be a 13.
Under the circumstances, I would say that, yeah, they're too scared to even look down the stairwell. You now have free reign of the space.
So, Inish, can you snap? Do we need to be out of the way if we're about to snap these chains? Can we
Probably
all
a good
stand back
idea.
and let Inish do his thing, please?
Yes, but
Well, do we?
Armory.
Do I know that my hand axe is in that room?
Darby
Yes.
told us that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
I'm
want to
just
get my stuff.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
If I'm going to snap, if I'm going to break these chains, it's going to take me both heat metal and my hammer is not on me.
But it's in the room with the armory right there.
Yeah,
Right.
we just
And
go
if you
together.
heat the metal, we can all hit it and it'll get done a lot faster.
Right.
Oh, fantastic! I've got my short sword back as well. So they've
And
left
grab
it.
any daggers you see. We need them to spike the guns.
Oh, there's loads in here.
I could sleep. I could make an entire fucking cloud of them, but
So, are we in agreement? Everybody's got their weapons back. They've had
Quickly,
a quick moment.
yes, you can recollect your items. Darby is going to cross over, climb over the table, and open the porthole there, which looks out onto the launch. So, like right at your level is that rowboat.
So once I've re-equipped, I'm going to cast, pull the thing I was fidgeting with earlier and use it, and effectively cast heat metal on the chains.
Okay. Chain starts to glow red.
Where's the?
Do we need to be getting on this boat too, sweet? Because this is going to go lurch quickly. I think whoever doesn't need to be dealing with this, do we need to get on this boat?
I could have my unseen servant do this, maybe.
What are we doing?
Let the unseen servant do the final thwack of the chains.
He would still have to be within 60 feet of me, though.
That's not bad.
It's not really his jam.
Okay.
By the way, who's spiking the 2 aft cannons?
I'm happy. I don't have good strength. Never mind.
I'll hit one of them.
I'll do it.
It's kind of hard to screw this up, so I don't think I'm going to make y'all make a roll for it. However, as you get positioned, the other good news is the ship won't necessarily lurch when the chain breaks. It just means that the rudder is disabled.
And so, it'll drift until the helmsman.
Yeah. You've had time to gear up. You've had time to heat metal. I'm assuming the plan is to break the chain with the hammer. Or are you thinking, where's everybody when the hammer hits? Because that's going to be the loudest thing that happens.
I got smith tools.
Do we have any sort of ranged attacks that could do the smashing? Because it'd be quite nice to do that from the boat.
Remember that force damage?
That's true. So maybe
and that's 120 feet.
Yeah. So if we all get on the boat and then Sadie here can just do the bit and then we're off ski, aren't we? Yeah.
Are we planning to spike any of the guns in the main deck?
I was gonna say there's like a shitload of guns in there.
There is.
I think.
My original plan involved spiking those, but those guys just went in there.
I don't think we should push our luck really. I think we've done quite. They're not
We
going to.
got goods. You want to fight? Okay.
They're not going to be able to turn anytime soon. I think we just need to get onto the other ship.
Yeah, I think we need to get on the boat.
14 guns.
Yeah.
I mean,
7 aside plus the 2 aft.
If they can't bring them to
they
bear,
fucked us last time.
Yeah, but they can't turn.
If they can't bring them to bear on our ship, then they're as good as useless.
And they're really fancy ornaments.
So we've determined that basically where the ship is oriented, because we messed up the rudder, it wouldn't be able to hit us.
As long as we don't travel forward into their firing arc, yeah.
We'll just do a turn left or right out of the way, won't we? Yeah, we'll just as soon as we're on that ship,
spike the aft guns.
Yeah, spike those aft guns, which we've done. Get onto the other one. It'll take them a while. They're going to be busy with that fire for a while, and then they're going to realise that they can't steer the ship. And by that time, we'll have turned left or right, and they'll be off ski. You know. I think that gives us plenty. I think that gives us plenty of time. Just not that I've had to arrange getaways before.
All right.
I don't know anything about boats, so
everyone.
Yeah, as long as we don't think we're gonna get hit by the.
As long as the people with actual boat knowledge are telling me that it's a good idea.
They won't be able to bring their guns to bear at all, because they have to do quite a lot of manoeuvring for that, and that's the last thing on their minds on a burning ship.
The only guns that are currently pointing at the bit of victory are these 2 that you just spiked.
And we'll be turning out the way of them as well.
I'm pointing at us.
Yeah, they won't be pointing. Yeah, and as soon as we'll be out the way, we'll be gone.
We break this chain, they can't turn.
Also, I will point out it's getting dark, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll make sure that when we get on the other boat, we'll turn off the ship's lanterns, and they won't even be able to see us.
Darby is going to be climbing into the boat and pulling the canvas off the top of the launch, prepping it to go. Everyone else, I'm assuming, is following her in.
I just noticed we left Leaf back in the cellar.
Oh, thank you.
Leaf, come on.
We need Leaf.
What the fuck? Heck, Leaf, come on.
Get in there.
Right. You're able to climb in, and at the same time as the last of you is starting to head down, you can hear shouts from above you, of they're out of the cells. And
I use my minor illusion to say, no, they're not.
Sure.
Never mind.
But there's a lot more people shouting that they are.
Show that they're in the gun deck.
And I'm going to
Send them
need
there.
Sadie to make me an attack roll.
With Eldritch Blast.
With Eldritch
for the-
Blast to
Okay.
actually
I was
hit
like,
the chain. It's a good plan. Leaf is at one end, Darby's at the other, and they're ready to just release the ropes and let
14.
it drop. 14 will definitely hit. And that chain just snaps. And you watch as both sides of it kind of like coil down onto the deck and slither a bit towards the rudder. And the ship has a little bit of a shake to it. But at that exact moment, you really don't notice because Darby and Leaf yank their sides of the ropes and the rowboat just drops. There's definite confusion and shouting, and you can see as you start to peel the rowboat away from the Fiddler's Due, you can see them rolling the guns out of those aft firing ports. So you can see the ports swing up and the guns start to slide forward. And that's when you hear the shouts that the guns have been spiked. And then you see a body fall out the window where you guys last went and disappear into the water, and hear more shouts of, get a damn gun back here. You start to row your way up to the Bitter Victory, where you are greeted by reluctantly happy faces. Darby does a lot of the early talking to assure them that this is the plan, and with relative efficiency, the Bitter Victory's sails are set, and you're peeling off port away from the Dew.
Sails are great and all, but I am running for the engine room.
The good news is it makes better speed with the sails than the engines. Engines are good for port. Sails are good for speed.
Engines are good when there's not wind.
True. The engine is fully intact.
Oh, thank goodness.
You think. The DM has to throw. And the ship has some time.
He's not smart enough to know.
I can investigate.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You have some time to do that. But the Victory has some time to get some distance going. And it's not long before you lose sight of the Fiddler's Due in the darkness. Good chance it's going to come after you again. But you've got your ship back.
They don't know which way we went, do they?
It's dark.
It is dark.
Yeah, but you can see a boat in the dark.
Pond is like, dude, it's not that dark.
Also, she knows where she knew where we were going. So.
Do we have a map?
There were multiple cannon shots as you were starting to pull away, but they were not close. They were mostly just an effort. You could tell they were trying to angle the guns back enough, but it wasn't hard for the crew to keep you out of that arc as you made your escape.
Do we have any charts
who's
or
driving?
maps?
That's a good question. Who is driving? Are you trusting one of the crew who doesn't claim to be very good at piloting?
What do I need to roll to be good at driving?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I believe it falls under. There used to be a skill for it back in
Proficiency vehicles, I would think.
Yeah, that was like 3rd edition, wasn't it?
No, that still exists.
There still is in 5th.
We only have land vehicles.
I'm
Whatever the
proficient
fuck
in
that
the
means.
war gong, so clearly that will be very useful here.
What do you want me to roll? I'll roll it.
I can't handle the helm, but I'm proficient with navigators.
Give me a
tools.
wisdom check.
Fuck off. I work with nah. Sure.
Sure.
It's a -1. Give me a reroll. Let's burn them so I can do this right.
The book of fate's really full. So go ahead and pop a reroll.
I've rolled nothing but garbage all day.
Yeah.
So
get it.
It's a 4 again. That's not fair.
Okay. How do I help this?
Yeah, can you give
Grab
me
the
a
wheel?
hand, girl?
I could
We're
grab
on
the
it
wheel.
together.
That could help.
Yeah.
Reverend, take the wheel.
I was gonna say, yeah, Jesus.
Actually,
yes.
you know what?
Jesus will do. So, like my child, I should roll the wisdom check. And
Boddington, yeah, roll the wisdom check.
I think every roll I've done tonight has been under a 7.
I think it has been.
Where's
Yeah,
my
like no
wisdom?
bullshit.
Wisdom.
Which one am I rolling here?
It's a little
At least
plus
there's
2.
no combat.
4.
Oh yeah, that one. Where's +2? Boom.
Boom.
No, there you go.
Okay.
I'm taking the wheel.
So Ellis is like
I don't want
trying
it.
to make sense of this thing, and there's a spot where you notice the ship. She's got the wheel. She's confident. She gives a that practice.
I'm strong
spin
enough.
that she's
I'm
seen
strong
people
enough.
do over and over again.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of like with one hand you keep throwing the wheel, and you watch as the victory starts to lurch into that side firing arc. Boddington kind of walks up and puts a shockingly gentle hand on Ellis's shoulder and sort of
We're
pushes
best
her
friends.
away from the wheel and grabs it and
I mean,
takes
just
over.
you did it. The hand would be gone.
Just no.
Marie saw that hand.
Hover hands.
It's like, no, I've got this. And you kind of maneuver. There's even a spot where he like spots a rock and the ship kind of like maneuvers around it.
What a gamer.
He's got this. When in doubt.
That's good because I have more important things to attend to that are below deck. So
Fair enough.
I got enough on my mind.
When you've got some distance, Darby will make herself available to you.
Can I just confirm the location of both the duck and the ship's cat, please?
Yeah.
The duck is in the bowl in the bag.
Yep.
So we can take the duck
Put
out.
the duck out.
And the cat is actually perched on the frame, on the deck, right in front of the ship's wheel, where it has been sleeping the entire time. It was like there when you got aboard.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Can I take my hat back?
I mean, he looks so dashing, but okay.
I'll make him a replica. This one actually does things.
Well, yeah, it
if
makes him
that's-
look adorable.
If that's how.
You can have the hat back
Thanks.
for now.
The Darby will approach Lady Marie,
Which one?
the real one.
Sorry, babe.
The one that she approached the first night in the tower.
Yep.
Excuse me, she's currently occupied. I don't know what you think is happening.
You're not
like, or where
occupied
you
yet.
think. I don't know about that. Like,
We weren't sure whose deck, whether you meant the ship's decks or her decks when you said below decks.
Yes.
Tell you what, she'll give you an hour or two, and then when you emerge from the cabin,
I'll take
she's
it.
ready to meet with. She's ready to make herself available to talk.
She can knock on the door, but you know.
No, she's. Oh no, she'll wait.
Well, if
It's loud in there.
the
You know
boats
what
are
I'm
rocking,
saying?
don't come knocking. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah. It's a secret. Shh, we're just friends.
Okay.
Is that how
The
that
worst
works?
kept secret.
Is that how that works?
Just playing chess, you know.
Yeah.
Just,
Someone actually comes into the room and you are just sitting up like in various states of dress across
Now,
a
out of cur-
chessboard.
just for my peace of mind, are you back down in the actual cabin that Lady Marie was assigned, or have you taken over the captain's cabin?
Nope.
oh, we took the captain's cabin for sure, 100%.
Yeah, specifically because it was closer to get to.
Yeah, I think what happened was, if anybody thought it was remotely a secret, it is no longer a secret. Let's just put it
I
like
don't think
that.
anybody thought it was a secret.
Yeah, it's like some things happened.
The only person to whom it is a secret is Innes because he's
Yeah,
just
some things happened
oblivious.
on the deck. Well, you know.
Where's Sadie when all? I mean, I'm on the wheel, just rolling my eyes. You know.
Put me in the room where I belong. This is where I
but I'm
am.
wondering where Sadie,
Fuck you.
Sadie, with your sort of like position in this whole thing, are you studiously ignoring it on the top deck or what? What's the, you know?
That's a good question.
Bitch, if you send me a DM,
I didn't think of that until now. So if I
Damn
do,
it.
that is on you. No, Sadie's probably just like
She's crying.
chilling. She's chilling.
Okay.
She's chilling.
She's writing a really good Taylor Swift style breakup song.
Wouldn't it be your dad?
I was gonna go more like Led Zeppelin, "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You," but
It can be both.
yeah.
It could be something from REM, couldn't it?
Hell yeah.
Everybody Hurts or something. I don't know.
Except with a bit
Anyway.
more threatening edge. Everybody hurts.
No,
If they don't, I'll
will
make them.
soon.
No, Radiohead, wouldn't you? I'm a creep and all that. You know what I mean? We go for the real.
Downstairs, I'm fine.
All right.
Yeah, we believe it. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Methinks the Sadie doth protest too much.
In this now's your chance. What are you doing?
But he's completely oblivious to all of this because he's in the
Damn it.
engine room.
Cool.
So Darby wanted to talk.
Yeah, you've got. So you're talking to Darby now, apparently.
Yes, Darby will have available, as promised. She approaches and says, I thank you. You got us out of there. And those that are aboard now are in your debt.
Thank you for gathering this crew. I don't think we would have been able to do it without your efforts. I wouldn't consider it a debt. I would just, you are part of the Empire now and part of this crew.
And as promised, and she pulls out this globe about the size of a large grapefruit. It's engraved with a collection of different continents. It's like what look like various continents or islands. There are marks on them that indicate maybe small mountain ranges. There's marks of sea monsters spread around them. And along the equator of it is engraved the message, "The key is in the quill." And as you hold it, you notice that you can manipulate it and with different number combinations. And every time you twist it, different words appear in slots around it.
I'd like to tinker with it a little bit.
Okay, the more as you turn the numbers, different words appear. And you can see that there's some kind of combination you have to enter to get some kind of message. Darby looks at it as you're studying it. It's just, I'll be very honest, miss. I don't entirely know how much it's worth, but I assure you it's worth something. It comes from the king's vaults.
Oh, well, thank you. This will be very handy, and we'll see what comes of it.
Which we will find out next week.
Hell yeah.
As Rob was like, I just need one last plot point for the day. Could you put off the sex until I get to the plot point, please?
They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that.
They really don't.
They?
Priorities.
They?
Yeah, Marie is not very...
Who do you think's the boss in this relationship? Are you confused? It's not me. I'll just tell it how it is.
I see that. Okay. Whew. I love all of you, but you make me work.
Look, okay, I feel like I was working so hard to get a plan on the table. You make me work.
We did our best.
We got off the ship, didn't we?
I'm not sure. Did you guys just take 10 on that performance roll? Yeet in chat
what?
wants some details.
Oh.
Which performance roll?
Theirs.
I'm gonna say probably nat 20.
Just take 10.
Wow.
Well, no, wait. You want a nat 20? You got to roll for that crap.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You're free.
Performance?
You know what? Tell you what. Let's end on
All
this.
I'm saying is I have a +9 to performance.
Wow.
You get advantage for knowing how your partner likes it.
Could get an advantage. Yeah.
On that note, let's run around the table again with a little bit of a. No, they're not gonna. They're gonna take 10. I know, Pond.
Excuse me.
Do you want to roll and see what
I
happens?
am rolling with advantage. Oh, same number. 9. Fuck.
Wow.
Should have taken 10.
You know, it's been a very difficult
That's my
day.
modifier.
Should have taken 10. Just saying.
Correct.
Should take. Anyway, let's run around the table as to who you were playing, and then what's your star moment of the night, of the morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are currently playing from. What was the thing that stuck out as like, gosh, that was cool. We need to do more of that at this game. And we're going to go the reverse order we started with. So we're going to start with Pond and end with Miss Daggers for this round. Pond, table is yours.
What's up, everyone? Hi, I'm That Other Pond. You can find me streaming at That Other Pond. I play Lady Marie Vicari, the Imperial Princess, who averages better than 10. And my star of the moment, she's a paladin. I never say that. She's a vengeance paladin. And my star of the night was getting off this ship and making it. We did it. We somehow did it despite me really not thinking we would. So, GG's. The whole
GG's.
There was doubt?
Yes.
There was doubt. I disbelieve.
Can the Reverend get a high five from somebody in the crew, please? Anybody? Yes. There we go.
Hell yeah.
There. Yeah. All right. Les?
Hello, it's me. You can find me nowhere. Well, I guess you can find me here 10 to 1 every Saturday. Well, it's Saturday for me. Well, now it's Sunday, but you know.
Australia is fun.
It's a good time. You know, the future is great, by the way. I play Ellis. She's like a human pack knight. She's just out here. She's the bodyguard to the Imperial Princess. 100% professional relationship, as I'm sure you can imagine. She doesn't need to roll performance. She's that good. My star of the night. I actually, do you know what? I actually had a really good time trying to fake royalty and trying to speak legitimately. And I really am very interested in the pirate lady. Like I want to get to know her. I want her to invite me to dinner more often. Will she? Who's to say? We'll find out.
What about Darby? No considerations for Darby at the moment?
Well, Darby didn't want to speak to me. So I more dislike Darby for their interest in the Imperial Princess purely professionally. I just have to keep an eye on that. She rolled a 9, guys. It's fine.
Oh, Daryl, you're up.
Hello there. So yes, I am Daddy Wisdom. That is also my Twitch handle, where you can find me doing all sorts of nonsense. Talk about food a lot, actually. And I was the Reverend Boddington today, who is continuing to discover that he seems to have some abilities he didn't realize he actually had, which was quite good. I think what was my star moment? There's a lot getting off the ship, obviously. Yeah, I do like the fact that it is being established that the professional killers can literally talk to each other with a raised eyebrow. Though I really like them, and I'm getting from them. You know what I mean? We're proper. We've got a language going on here where, you know, are we
Chaos crew.
Basically, like thieves can for murderers.
Yeah. Basically, we just kind of just little, and then you, and then you know what I mean. It's and we're understanding whether are we going to decapitate these 5 people in front of us or not, and all that. So I like the fact that is definitely part of the dynamic now.
It was like an 85% chance that we were going to punch on in that. Like, I think
that close.
Yeah, we were so close.
The Reverend, who again was hungover and bad-tempered, was very Yeah. The eyebrow.
It was very tempting.
The eyebrow. Look at the eyebrows. Yeah.
They'll have a conversation about it later. They'll sit down and be like, "This means we're gonna punch on."
Yeah.
Like,
In general, and but yeah, I like the fact that is obviously definitely part of the dynamic now, and that we can communicate quite well about those kind of situations with just a quick check. So I like that. That amused me quite a lot. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Al.
I'm Snafu Al, or just Snafu, or just Al. I stream regularly. I mentioned that earlier. I was playing Innis, the half-elf artificer, or as one of my star moments featured, Bitch Boy. I think I got 2 star moments, and one is bringing Innis into the party a bit more. I think I've been sitting a bit too much on the outskirts the last couple sessions, and having someone just finally snap at him really helped. And my other star moment would be actually getting to use. We've been getting a lot of DM historical knowledge dropped on us out of game. So being able to turn around and go, yeah, I know about spiking cannons. I can knowledge. That was pretty fun as well.
Jenna?
Jenna Daggers, Mandalorian. I was playing Sadie, the human bardlock, who is definitely not a menace at all to anybody. And there's a few star moments. One was finally when Reverend Boddington had the fire hands. But like my other star moment was the practicality of the flammable nature of duck poop and how much research went into this.
And it was used.
And then but like it wasn't even necessary. So.
But we used it. That's the thing. I think that's the top thing, is that it was a proper, Chekhov's gun.
So now we know it does
talked
work.
About it, and we used it. It was great. Yeah.
Now we know it does work. And I got to we got to set a ship on fire. I've been wanting to do this since first session.
Yeah.
Absolutely an impressive display indeed. And they did get to see Brian die.
That was very
briefly.
Nice.
Briefly.
Which was kind of fun.
And even though we're not on the ship, he still smells like Sir Stromon.
That's true. He still stinks. So.
My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I was the guide through all of these adventures, as we do every Saturday morning that we can get together, which so far we have a good track record on. And then you can find more D&D content here at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday nights for Ravenloft 1921. And at the same time, 7 p.m. Wednesday nights, where you will also see Pond in my game of post-apocalyptic multiverse collapsing shenanigans, which is a really fun game. And we are back this coming week. We had to take 2 weeks off because we had one of our players had a family member with some medical stuff, and it sounds like he's doing great. So if you're following that conversation and that group, our mod for that night is also in good spirits and in good health. I do want to take a moment specifically to thank everyone that was here hanging out. We appreciate your participation. I welcome your feedback on the Stream Loots cards. You can join our Discord at any time and talk about those there, because I am still getting them balanced the way I like. So there's that opportunity. I want to thank Anymyth and Dredgen Wolf and Embalmer for joining our family with the follows, and especially thanks Stranger Danger J for the subscription. We appreciate your support, and we support everyone that was buying the cards this morning. It was a lot of fun. Now, we should probably figure out where y'all are going to go from here, because y'all should go somewhere. Let me see who I know that's on first, and then we'll kind of plan accordingly.
Real question.
Yeah.
Long rest? Question mark?
Yes, please.
I don't need it, but everybody else does. I think.
I think you might need a long rest now, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, who's to say? I've got the captain's quarters. I'm excited.
For now.
Let's see.
They're also at the back of the boat, so you might say they're the captain's hind quarters.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm going to slap myself with that one. That was awful.
Okay, so here's the plan. We are going to raid into Retro Crystal, who is someone that I follow, and she is currently delving into Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun game, and Crystal's a lot. I like watching her stream. She's got a lot of good energy, a lot of good vibe, a very just really, she's kind of fun. I actually got Mrs. Noir to play Tiny Tina's last night, and she's not one who plays shooters. So I am incredibly geeked about the game. I hope y'all have fun hanging out with her. I'm going to stay and debrief with my players, so let her know that I will be along eventually because I want to see more gameplay of that. And thank you for coming out this morning. We appreciate y'all being here. I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Coffee and Chaos. We'll see y'all then. And until then, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please stay safe.